Hey everybody, it's the Dudes with Attitude podcast. The greatest collective of wrestling boomers ever assembled are here live to relive the glorious and greatest era of professional wrestling, the WWF Attitude Era. I am your host, the good Dr. Legend, joined as always with the magnificent Brett Evers.
Oh, baby!
The supreme submission machine, Angelo.
I put him in the camel clutch in the Madison Square Garden, and then I fuck his ass.
And no ego himself, Weasel Magnific.
Load the rocket fuel, Hogan!
Guys, we're in a steam moment here.
Oh,
the Galberg streak counter is up to 3.
Elberg.
I'm gonna make a graphic and it's gonna pop up every time with the streak counter on here. We're gonna see if Chris can beat Goldberg's streak. He's blocking it wrong.
Hey, but you know what? It's easier to beat Goldberg's streak because Goldberg's streak was kayfabed.
Dude, he was like, they kept adding numbers. Like 1 week he was like 80-0, and next week he was like 100-0.
Yeah.
And he like beat up dudes in the parking lot and pin them.
Yeah, Bischoff even admitted he's like, we just randomly would throw out numbers.
Yeah, the internet wasn't in its prominence back then because they would have kept the fucking numbers alive and they would have made sure those fuckers didn't. They let them get away with it because no one really like correct. We knew it was wrong, but we were like, whatever. You know, Goldberg's awesome. But
when it's good wrestling, you just let shit go.
Well, we're not.
Good wrestling is what we thought it was.
Speaking of good wrestling, this show is not. I am bracing myself, boys, because this show is the equivalent of writing "Get Well Soon" on funeral flowers. The card is worthless.
What do we only no 3 matches on the entire card?
There's the they never announced the 8-man tag, the main event 8-man tag.
But we know, but we just know.
It's gonna happen because hey, they put it together on the closing moments of the Raw episode before the show. Oh god. We have the 8-man tag with Shamrock's team against the Nation, and then we have the Mero versus we have 4 matches. We have Vader versus Kane, and then we have Mero and Goldust versus the Headbangers.
Oh yeah.
That fucking
Thrashers, as I call them.
That fucking
the Thrashers.
That's gonna be put on by those idiots. Except for Mero. Mero's solid. Guys, I want to get your thoughts before going into the show because this is gonna be one of those things that changes a man. So
this to me, this is the epitome of what I define as going to a baseball game in person. You go there not to watch it. You go there to socialize with the people you went with and drink some beer. Now, obviously, we're not drinking beer this time, but I believe we're going to be doing a lot more socializing during this show than any other show that we've ever socialized.
I'm going to have to piggyback off of the Magnificent One. This is one of those shows where it's really all about WrestleMania, so I'm actually kind of looking forward to just kind of making fun of what's going on.
I'm just hoping, pleased. Just some good wrestling, a little something.
You know, I'm thinking Kane Vader. Kane Vader may be the match of the night.
I'm guessing Vader is going to stiff the shit out of him. I mean, that's typical. But
he was stiffing him the show before.
But like that is gonna make for some good wrestling because they should just beat the ever living shit out of each other. That would be a big Haas battle.
Two big Haas
beating the shit out of each other, destroying each other, and letting one guy win. That's honestly the only match I'm like really, really looking forward to seeing because I think it'll at least be entertaining. But without further ado, guys, let's get this rolling. First off, what are y'all drinking?
So I got myself a candy apple bang because for those not aware, this is an AM edition. and I am not an AM person. And then I have my Coke Zero Cherry Vanilla.
Very nice.
For those of you guys who aren't in the know and watching us on YouTube, we are recording this show on a Sunday morning. We normally record after work, but because pay-per-views are long, we need some extra time, so we finally figured out to do a morning show. So thanks to our esteemed colleague guests for taking the time out and waking up early today to join us. All right, Angelo?
I'm actually got 2 drinks. I've got my 7-Up Zero Sugar, the Mormon special.
Ooh, nice.
And I've got my grocery store brand Diet Orange soda that I'm drinking.
Diet Shasta Orange.
Diet Shasta Orange. That
Hey,
nobody wants.
don't make fun of Shasta. That used to get me through college. The 99-cent store.
All right, Chris, what combo of Tropicana and Monster did you bring today?
I got the regular Monster. Hopefully it does something. I think it will because I'm really fucking tired. And I brought a Tropicana because I'm not a morning person either. I'm an afternoon guy, so this is way
you always drink
too early.
Monsters.
I know,
Yeah,
but
it's true. You are always drinking Monsters.
so maybe it'll do something.
Guys,
Maybe
this,
it
It's
won't.
not like when I'm getting. If I'm drinking my bang, you know I'm exhausted.
guys, this show is famous for not being famous, so I cannot do it sober. I am drinking a Pepsi with real sugar.
Ooh,
Oh,
the real sugars.
I need those extra bits of carbohydrates to fuel my brain to keep me up for this. All right, guys, let's do this. We're watching the pay-per-view starting in 3, 2, 1.
In over 100 countries, in 7 different languages.
So you know what? One of the things I found when I went to the store here last time was they had the zero sugar 7-Up cherry, and I was like, on that like flies on a molasses strip.
Challenge the boundaries of their physical limits.
What intro? This is like the most generic intro to like anything. Like,
Yeah.
look how awesome WWE is.
is it their dun 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 dun? Oh no, this is super generic.
Yeah, it's generic.
I've also got a brevy of Korean snacks to help me get through this show.
Do you subscribe one of those boxes that sends you all the stuff from
No, they've got a nice market that's kind of nearby, and I just go there once in a while.
What, do you have
Korean
some-
market.
Some nice roasted cat or something.
Wow, racist.
I thought I was the white guy on the show.
It's dog, thank you very much.
Adversaries who have gone too far, they dare go even farther.
This could have
They
been in
didn't
front
even
of
promote, they
any
didn't promote
show.
a single match on that at all.
Any idiot that
Oh,
got
Pyra.
tricked into buying the show is like, what am I watching?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the keyword, tricked.
This is like 4 marks. You have to be a WWE mark to buy this show. What was the buy rate? How many fucking marks
Let's see
paid
this.
money for this shit?
That's actually a pretty crowded house.
With 2 stories, with
It's,
unlike the
Houston.
Raws we've been getting.
Oh, never mind. Look at all those empty seats up there on top.
Oh my god, it's abandoned.
are you serious?
It
Oh
is-
my god, look at all those empty seats up there.
All right, so you guys want the verdict on the buy rate is 150,000 buys. It's less than half of Royal Rumble the previous month,
Man, no shit.
but it's actually on par with what they were doing in 1997. Like 150, they're averaging about 200,000 in 1997. But
It's
in
basically
98
like an AEW pay-per-view.
yeah, but this is the lowest buy-rated pay-per-view of 1998, by far.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't even doubt that.
But you know what's funny about the differences is that Raw's getting like a 3.6 and AEW gets like a 1 point something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Point something, so it's crazy how more dedicated. people
Well,
are
you also
buying
gotta
pay-per-view.
remember, you know, internet wasn't.
Oh,
It
yeah.
wasn't like it was today.
We're
Yeah,
starting. Look
true.
at that pop.
Yay!
Yay!
Yes!
That's good.
Nice.
Good booking to put Mero on first, get the crowd hot.
Good
There you go.
entrance. I like the entrance way too.
Yeah.
His song is so badass.
Yeah, they had
Hey, look at that idiot. What kind of sign is that, sir?
It's
They-
Sable.
Mark is carrying Sable.
They actually got 16,000 tickets sold for this one, and the capacity for this arena is about 16,000, so it was close to a sellout.
Are you?
They just didn't
They're-
show up.
no. The thing is, you can't trust the sell rate. Because they count giving away a ticket as sell.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true. Like, how many did they paper this house?
Yeah.
There you go. Take his robe off. And oil him down.
That's the champ right there. Hey.
Oh no.
Oh, this is Gold Dust song.
Gold Love.
Gimp Dust.
Still coming out as Maryland Dust.
Oh god.
Jesus.
What a bad reinvention.
I mean, he kind of like think about it. Goldust when he came in '95 was so unique, so different, like a really type unique character. In the Attitude Era, he's fucking tame. So he had to do that shit.
You know, it would have been funny. I would have liked to see him get those breast implants. That would have been funny.
Glad he didn't.
No, I'm not. Oh, cause it'd be funny now watching him wrestle. Him and Nyla Rose could have great matches together.
God. Yes.
But I'm
Yes.
I'm trans positive.
Yes, put him on the mic. Yes.
I think by next year, though, isn't he already back to like the Gold Dust gimmick, and then he's out of the company?
Yeah, he gets. Yeah, he's.
Sable, get the hell out of here right now.
Respect by marvelous Mark Merrow. I think she just found a way out of Texas.
You better hurry, girl. He's gonna eliminate you like a Rumble candidate.
And you know what's crazy? Vince Russo wrote most of this stuff. Yeah, get out of there, Sable. The real star's in the ring.
Yeah.
It's the only thing Russo's done right. Booking Mero. But the problem is, like, we're gonna see this gimmick is pretty finite.
Yeah, it blows up in their faces. The more they want Sable.
The problem is they do it at the expense of Mark. Like,
Yeah.
Sable's over because the way Mark treats her and because the way she looks. When she
Pretty
finishes
much.
her feud with Mero, what does she do? Nothing. She
Becomes
kind of
women's
she doesn't
champion.
exist in her. Like I've heard this story. This is kind of funny. Beauty is a finite resource. So there's this like online dating site, and some woman goes, "Hey, look, here's the deal. I am like 24 years old. I was a former model. Here are my measurements. Yada yada yada. This is what I want in a man. You have to be making at least 6 figures. You have to own at least 3 cars. You have to have a house that's over 2,500 square feet." And she lists all this stuff that she wants, and she's like, "Look, if you have all this stuff, in turn, I will be very faithful to you. I will do cooking and cleaning. I will serve you, yada yada yada, and I will give you great sex." And so a guy who meets those qualifications came out and goes, "Okay, look, yeah, that's awesome. I appreciate that. But here's the thing: your beauty is a finite resource. As you get older, your beauty will go down. But my money will only increase if I invest it. So why should I invest it in a person who's gonna like in an investment that's just gonna go down when I can put it in something that's gonna go up?" It's like, I'm not interested in purchasing at the time, but let me know if you want to make a rental arrangement.
Oh, genius.
It was classic. I love that.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. If I had money, that's probably how I would live my life too. Sorry, love, but that's just the facts.
If I had money, I'd be like, you play Crash Bandicoot? You like AEW?
Oh, actually, that's true. They would have to love AEW because I'd probably be at like every goddamn show. I just follow the brand if I had all the money.
It's really rough to sell that because isn't wrestling still to this day like 95, 97% male? Like,
Well,
Yes.
I got. Well,
Yes, it is.
rest in peace, her soul. The girl I was talking to, she's no longer with us. She got
What?
excommunicated. Yeah, because we the AEW pay-per-view for Forbidden Door, she got mad that I wanted to watch that instead of going to her house after work. No.
Damn. See, that's the difference between you and my fiance. My fiance was like, we were literally at a wedding in Mammoth, and she's like, well, we'll just leave earlier then, so you can get home to watch your pay-per-view.
Aww.
Oh, that's nice.
That's a keeper.
But like, no, Chris pulled the same stunt as that guy in the story I told. Like, look, are you going to entertain me as well as AEW is going to entertain me for 3 hours?
You know what?
Because I tell you what, you make that proposition and maybe we'll talk. But right now, AEW is more entertaining.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
sorry to hear that.
Yeah, so she knows about it. She knows about the podcast, so she's listening from beyond the grave. I hope you're happy.
Good time. Maybe she'll come to her senses.
No,
Yeah.
never. People like that don't understand the craft.
The only thing I regret about introducing Renee to AEW is she instantly fell in love with Cody Rhodes.
Oh,
Now he's gone, so she's like, yeah, she's like, I don't care anymore. And I'm like, damn it.
uh-oh. What's that? Oh, I thought he was gonna nut him.
Yeah.
That's technically an illegal move. Like, they argue, like, when they do the was up from the Dudley Boys, Devon actually has to hit the fucking taint. Because if he hits the balls, it's an illegal move. He'd be disqualified every time. So that
I mean, that's
motherfucker has dug his head in more wrestling taint than Paige.
Look,
Well, I mean-
this is this is more wrestling than they'd ever done on Raw.
Yeah, this is some really good wrestling.
This is what they saved the pay-per-view for.
Yeah.
That's why Raw's is all filler.
It's actually a pretty decent tag team match.
Well, I mean, they're actually doing. Oh shit!
Oh, someone's coming
They're getting
down.
behind. They're getting behind Mark. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
I guess is that usually the heel tactic?
Well, here's the weird thing: the faces have been really dominating this whole thing, and they're just kind of going beyond the regular shtick. A couple of face moves, and then the heels
You know,
they get the heat.
Makes sense because for as much as we shit on the Headbangers, they are a tag team and have been for years. So theoretically, they should be out wrestling Dust and Marrow, who are singles wrestlers who are just recently teaming.
Yeah.
So this
I
kind of
agree
makes
with
sense.
that in theory, but in practice, if you put Stone Cold Steve Austin and Rock on a team, even though they're not a tag team, they are better wrestlers individually than the individuals of the tag team. So they might do better moves as a team because they're used to it and better working as a team. But as wrestlers go, if we really go kayfabe wise, what's to stop The Rock from running up, grabbing Thrasher's leg, having Austin stun Mosh, and then boom, end of match? Would you say Austin and Rock are a better tag team than Mosh? Like because of that, like in theory? Because their individual skills are better.
In theory, yes, because Austin and Rock are also, their wrestling IQ's better. They could come up with really cool ways to do their moves that are arguably more entertaining. So, yeah, you put two guys like Rock and Austin, but then again, you put two guys together like RVD and Kane, and you don't get that same chemistry. So I guess it just kind of depends on who the individual wrestlers are getting paired up with. Like Austin, like Rock and Foley. Those two guys had chemistry as a tag
Yeah, they
team.
did.
They had, but they were like frenemies kind of thing. Like Rock, like loathed Mankind. That's what made it a good team.
Well, that was the psychology of the team. Was Rock really didn't like what he was doing, and Mick was overly excited about being teammates with him. So it was like Blackman and Al Snow. Head cheese.
Head cheese.
Head cheese.
Can't wait for head cheese.
Their name killed me. I loved rock and sock connection. That is so WWF 80s.
You know, it's funny. I think even though Goldust is 10 feet taller than Rhino, I still feel like it's Rhino in the ring. I don't know why.
It's probably because of his body build at this point. At least Rhino was thick, but Rhino was like muscle thick.
Yeah.
Goldust is just thick.
Goldust is what we call
and I'm not
cupcake.
allowed to talk because I'm thick myself.
No, that's exactly why you should talk, because you're from experience. Goldust is what we call cupcake thick.
You know what's funny about wrestling attire that I didn't realize? Like, I always wondered why certain guys wore singlets and certain guys wore just regular trunks, was because the guys who wore singlets didn't have abs. So they would I didn't realize that back in the day. I just thought, oh, they liked wearing that.
It depends. Because Kurt Angle wears a singlet. That motherfucker's ripped as shit.
Well, that was part of his wrestling gimmick, though.
That's
Like,
what I'm
he's the exception to the rule.
Because amateurs wrestlers wore singlets, so it made sense that he would wear a singlet.
Yeah.
But yeah, towards the end, he would, take the straps down and show the abs. So
yeah,
that was my favorite. I loved who he became like after 2003.
Oh, he was a machine.
The machine,
machine gimmick.
Kurt Angle is probably the one guy who like took to wrestling like that, like just got it.
Yeah.
He's in my opinion, he's one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. Like,
that is not an opinion. He is the greatest wrestler.
I would argue that he is the greatest because he.
As much as I love Brett in the ring and some other guys who can perform well, Kurt Angle performed well with everyone.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to say to this day, my favorite match watching live is still that Angle Michaels match at WrestleMania 21.
Yes. That was a great match.
I remember Bobby Heenan saying that was the best match I've seen in 20 years. Like, I've never seen a match that good, and it was.
It was so good.
Well, it's even
actually a really good card too.
One of my favorite matches of all time is fucking Shane McMahon versus Kurt Angle at fucking
King of the Ring.
That was
that was such a good
And that's Shane O'Mac, potato hands.
I was like when Shane first started doing that. I'm gonna do whatever I need to do.
Mark is bleeding.
He cut himself?
On his hand, or was he bleeding from?
His whole arm is bleeding. Look.
Hey,
guys are chanting Mero rocks.
Mero rocks.
The fans are getting on board. Oh, Mosh is busted. Holy shit. Did he get busted open the hard way?
Oh, it's my house.
Because Mero throws stiff punches because he's a former Golden Gloves boxer.
No, he pulls them pretty well.
Maybe Bosch did something that pissed off Mero.
Celebrating on the outside.
Mero could have been the star of their mid-card in 99. Like, just took that mid-card section by storm by being like, he should have been and could have been the honky-tonk man of the Attitude Era. The chicken shit heel who always got out of it but talked so much crap that you want to see him get killed.
The only other person I would have argued would have been Owen. Owen was always so good as a heel. And he kind of was.
Oh yeah,
Blue
Owen was
Blazer
solid
crap
as a heel.
was terrible though.
You know, I don't remember much of the Blue Blazer stuff, but I'm curious to relive it to see how bad it was.
From what I can remember, it was more like he was just delusional. like when he was Owen, and when he was Blazer, he was the Blazer.
Oh shit.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Look at him!
That's just good pro wrestling.
Genius! Look at this!
Just good pro wrestling.
Get him! And he's like, oh, the ref's here. Look at that, the brains.
I wonder if Bruce Pritchard on his podcast ever talked about Mark Mero.
Oh, I'm sure he did.
I love to hear a dedicated show. We need to get Mark so over that they have to do an episode, a super episode about him.
You know what we should do? We
That
should
kind of means we need to get over. So.
One step at a time, Brett.
I want to see if I can tweet Mark Marrow the podcast we did dedicated to him. See what he says.
Oh, the Raw is Marrow show. That was a great show.
Yeah, it was. It was so good.
That and the do the DX pay per view where we just fucking over him.
The interruption. Goldust and Mero doing a great job of isolating Thrasher.
Oh!
And Mero certainly not going to make any friends.
That's just good healing right there.
Jesus, you even have empty seats on the hard camera side.
That's bad. That's bad.
Mero going for the TKO. Beautiful.
Oh, great!
Damn, he
He
just
sold
felt like a
that pretty
champ.
Yeah.
Moss is rested. Moss is ready.
You know, Mero has always been solid in the ring. But this gimmick proved he was good on the stick, too. He had a package together to be a solid mid-card threat.
If neither man can compete by the count of 10, this will be over. He's at 8.
That might be a good thing.
I mean, it's
Here
not.
we
It
come.
hasn't been a terrible match, but it hasn't been
Oh.
like that much of a good
It's
one.
a
either.
good opening match.
Here comes the hot tag!
He
Ah!
break the tag. It looked like he missed.
Yeah.
I never understood the psychology of the heels both jumping in to get their ass kicked. Like, if it were me and I just tagged out after getting a big move, I'd be like, all right, man, do your thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't be
Let me
running it
rest.
anytime soon.
Let me rest.
Oh!
I just tweeted Mark Marrow the link to our Raw's Marrow episode, and I said the Dudes with Attitude podcast marks for Marrow.
Oh.
He's a new guy now, though.
Oh yeah. I mean, like,
He got in
he's-
church or something. Oh!
Oh shit!
Oh, they're cheering Mero on. Look at them. They're hyping up. Yes!
Yeah,
You got it! You got it!
Get
Turn
it!
up.
No, don't look back! No!
Put your clothes back on.
Yeah, you Jezebel.
Jezebel.
Azabel.
They were just in the ring together, and she didn't go this upset.
Well, she got
Oh my
the man
god,
that she
these
got.
idiots
they
are
did the
doing
heel
the
thing.
switcheroo. Oh my god.
Even though one had a cut on his head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what Tim White died of? Embarrassment for this call?
Oh, yeah, wrong.
Oh!
Oh no! That was an
This is-
illegal move.
This is
Sable's
bullshit.
fault.
This is
This is
bullshit.
bullshit.
All
I'm
Sable's fault.
I'm
We're gonna
filing.
write some letters.
We're gonna write some letters to the Texas Athletic Commission and have this decision reversed.
Do you even have a legit
This is Sable's
managerial
fault.
license
What-
for this
what-
match?
What have you done for WWE, Sable, other than cost Mero this match? Fucking ungrateful piece of shit.
Did I link that thing, guys, where... Or did it get posted on the Facebook page where it said the Canadian Athletic Commission is going to be overturning the Survivor Series 97 results?
No, no, I didn't see that. No.
It was a joke,
I
but
would, oh man.
can you imagine?
That would be
great.
hilarious.
Would be pretty
You know what they
good.
need to do? They need to get like a video of Bret Hart today just going, ah.
He just like walk up to Michaels and snatch the belt from him. Like, good shit.
Okay, I think, guys, in the record books, we'll write it down. Sable lost this match.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so her,
I'm re-editing the Wikipedia right now for this match.
you should do it. Get a screenshot of it, and then
I'm
reply to
do-
that tweet to Mero.
I'm doing it right now. Those pieces of shit.
TKO her.
Oh my god! Can you imagine?
God,
That
she's
would have
tall.
been
All her
fucking
boobs.
white hot heat. That's like Hollywood Hogan level heat. Oh shit!
Oh no, embarrassing! Oh, look at her.
You got some angry eyes.
That's spousal abuse right there. Mario should sue. He never laid a hand on her.
The Wikipedia page has been edited. I posted a picture in the host chat, and I'm gonna tweet it to Mero right now.
Don't worry, Mark. We fixed it.
We did.
The DWA Athletic Commission has decided.
Only Sable.
I want to see how long that stays up. Somebody edited the No Way Out page from 1998.
You know, dude, there are people that watch Wikipedia like a hawk. Every time I edit something, like 2 seconds later, I get into edit wars all the time, but I almost always win them.
So,
I won this edit war from like 7 years ago. To this day, I still check it to make sure that I won.
So I think something like 300 people are responsible for editing 90% of Wikipedia's pages.
Really?
And they moderate those pages, yes. Ensure,
That
like,
little?
oh yeah. But I mean, that's the thing though, so that worries me because only so few people have that much control. So many people use Wikipedia as a source, despite them not needing to, because Wikipedia has the sources from their sources linked, so you should use that instead versus anything else. But people just read Wikipedia and assume that has to be right. Why would Wikipedia lie? But everybody doesn't forget that jackass that edited Chris Benoit's page to say that Kevin Sullivan murdered him and his wife and kid.
That was our security guard at work.
Oh yeah,
God.
that guy. Yeah.
Guys, I got the call.
I got the call.
Oh God.
I can't wait to start telling that story.
Oh my God.
I don't think I've heard that one.
Tell it, Luis.
So
Oh my
we
God.
had this security guard at our warehouse that he was
This dude,
just the biggest mark, right? And
this dude makes regular marks cringe. He told us a story in a job he had previous to being a security guard, how his boss pissed him off, and he gave his boss a stone cold stunner, and he fell through 3 glass tables off the second story.
yeah.
Oh
And
my
he walked
God.
off without repercussion. That's the kind of. This is a story he told with a straight face. And
Those are the people you need to
the
be worried
day
about.
after Owen died, we go into work on a Monday morning, and he like couldn't wait to come talk to us. He was like hiking up his pants. He's like, "Guys, I got the call. I got the call." I'm like, "What the hell are you talking about?" "I'm going to the Owen funeral. I got the call." I'm like,
The Benoit
"We're not
funeral.
going shit."
Benoit. The Benoit funeral.
Oh,
Yeah,
Benoit,
Benoit.
that's right. Benoit, that's right.
Yeah, he's like, I got the call. I'm going. And then he's like, he's like, Kevin Sullivan did it. Yeah, Pantera.
Kevin told me he did it. Well, only me.
Only me.
Now, is Pantera some like? Is he a legit luchador, or is he just some dude in disguise?
No, he's a legit luchador.
So this is a light heavyweight title match. Weird that it's not going on first, but maybe they put the star power up first. God, that thing died. You know what that reminded me of? That one scene in Bloodsport where one of the dudes just gets kicked so hard he goes. "Ugh." The guy nobody fucking cares about.
You know what's crazy? I was watching a lot of I've been watching a lot of EC. I watched the Wrestling with Regret guy, his reviews, and it's a lot. He's been doing a lot of the ECW shows. Tajiri was fucking badass.
Yeah, he was.
WWE really fucked him up, so I kind of think maybe he was badass in wherever he was from, Japan, China.
Taka was huge in Japan.
You gotta remember, ECW had no countouts or disqualifications. So his move, the tarantula, was actually a finisher. Like, he would put people in that shit and they would tap out while in the ropes. In WWE, it was a setup move because he couldn't hold them in there for longer than 5 seconds.
Yeah, but you could still have him flying off into the first row, and WWE just waters down everybody. And people wonder why AEW or why fucking FTR is the hottest thing in wrestling today.
Really, those two are like on another level when it comes to their wrestling, whether it's in team or individuals. They're especially Dax. Dax Harwood's been wrestling his ass off this year.
Yeah, Cash has been a little bit.
I'm wondering if it's because of his arm.
I think that's what it is. But I feel like, I don't know. I feel like Dax is just a better wrestler, maybe, or maybe gets the better rub. I don't know. Maybe he's friendlier.
I think for Dax, it's more of his. If you listen to the two of them talk, like to Dax, it's his family, his daughter, and then wrestling. Or was it God, family, wrestling? Ash is like, yeah, wrestling's dope and cool, but like, he has other like.
Oh yeah, that makes more sense.
It's like it's not his be all end all. Whereas Dax has pretty much said, if it weren't for wrestling, I'd just be like a murderer or something.
Yeah.
Who is this psychopath?
Dax Harwood, the old what was his name in WWE?
Scott Dawson.
Is his gimmick like a porn star with that name?
That's what he sounds like. Him and Dax Wheeler and Cash Harwood sound like porn star names when they got him.
You just mixed up their two names, but that's so good. It's in WWE, they were the revival, and Dax Harwood was Scott Dawson, and Cash Wheeler was Dash Wilder.
That's crazy how their names sound so foreign now. Like the new ones sound better.
It took me a moment. I was like, "Oh shit, what were their names in WWE?" I mean, to be honest, to me, Masa Ciampa, Johnny Gargano, Bobby Roode, and Samoa Joe were NXT. Like that's when NXT and Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
Those were the people who care, especially Roode. Like Roode does not get the credit. He really made NXT must watch when he was the champion. It's some of the best feuds.
The first time I saw Kevin Owens, I was like, "Oh shit! They gave a backyard wrestler a shot."
Kevin Steen.
Yeah.
Is it me, or is it like the worst WCW luchador match is better than this?
Yeah,
oh, absolutely.
Like this was so tame and watered down. I didn't care for it when I'd be channel flipping on and these guys would come on. I'd just be like, this isn't good.
Oh shit!
Shit, that was fucking sick.
Like it's like almost like it was summoned.
Okay.
Oh, fuck!
All right.
This match just
okay,
went up
yeah.
and up. All right, they heard him talking shit.
See, like we talked about, they would have done this on fucking Raw.
Yeah, all right, Tucker.
Right?
You're a terrible wrestler and no one likes you. Do something cool for my pleasure.
Yeah, like fucking. Yeah, if you never showed me this, I never would have known that Pantera was a fucking animal.
So I finally finished my Funko collection. I just bought my Kurt Angle Funko Pop.
Oh, nice.
For how many is that? What's the collection?
So my collection is, I'll put them up here. I've got Mr. Brock Lesnar, Bret Hitman Hart, CM Punk. This was the most expensive one I bought. This one cost me $80.
Whoa.
I've got 1990 Sting.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah. I got the Iron Sheik.
Oh.
I was about to say, I thought that was Sabu.
And I've got
all Arabs look alike, don't they, Brett?
It looked like Sabu.
And I've got 2 Scott Halls. I've got NWO Scott Hall and Razor Ramon.
Razor Ramon,
Scott
that's
Scott
tough.
Hall. Yeah, I've got other Funkos, but they're not wrestling as well.
I've got 2 coming for you for your birthday, bro.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, you do?
Yeah.
I also forgot. I almost forgot. My brother for Christmas gave me Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock in a wrestling ring.
Oh,
Very nice.
I forgot about those. So they're on the other side.
It was pretty topical because it was we just started the podcast, so I was like, oh yeah, why not the greatest wrestling feud of all time?
Yeah, I'm thinking. Oh, the only one I need to get now is Daniel Bryan. That's what I need to get.
I feel like you're gonna keep adding. I feel like you're gonna get to Daniel Bryan, and then you're gonna be like, "Well, now I need."
Well, I mean, it becomes like an addiction because like I want to get all the characters that I love. Like I got me and Alicia have He-Man and She-Ra. I opened my boxes up because fuck it, I like looking at them.
Yeah.
Alicia kept hers in the box, and damn, her She-Ra now is like worth $500.
Oh,
Holy
damn!
shit.
Yeah.
I opened mine because I wanted to look at them and play with them. I'm the same way. No way would it be in a box.
Like
No
the,
self-control.
the most expensive one I have is a Doctor Doom.
Yeah, I don't care much for like keeping them in the boxes because I'm like I'm not gonna resell. I'm not gonna waste my time and
Oh
resell.
my god!
Jesus
That like
Christ!
hurt
Jeez.
Pantera more than it did Taka. You hear his leg slap that
Yeah.
concrete? Like he's hurt. Look at him.
Ah,
That fucking moron.
Yeah.
This match had 2 good spots, and now it's back to being trash.
it's because they slowed the pay. They slowed it to the WWF style. This cruiserweight was just go, 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 go. This is very much a WWF style match with a couple of high spots.
One of my
here we
favorite.
go.
Look at this thing.
Oh,
Oh!
Ooh,
his neck,
His,
dude.
his leg slapped the
Oh.
shit. And
That's
the way he held
crazy.
his hands out and he kept doing it, he could have broke his wrist. What the fuck was this guy thinking?
And that's good. That's good ring presence too. Doing that fucking moonsault on the outside, not seeing Taka where he's at.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Wish me luck.
My 2 favorite Funkos that are not wrestling though. I got Dwight Schrute, and
Oh.
yeah, he's tight. And I got Heisenberg.
Oh.
But yeah, I paid retail for all of them except for I had to pay $50 for Brock Lesnar and I pay like $80 for CM Punk. The rest were gifts from my wonderful brother.
Woo. Oh, another elbow drop.
Oh, I have one more I've been meaning to give you. I forgot where I put it, but I had it for I bought it for you like 3 years ago, and I haven't been able to get it. I gotta find it and give it to you.
Really?
It's lost.
There's Funkos I would buy if they actually made them, but they haven't made them yet. So we'll see if they ever make them.
Which ones?
I want a Garage Hellscream Funko and a Samoa Joe Funko.
No,
well,
yeah,
Joe
there's
might
some-
not happen now until
Yeah, good luck.
AEW starts getting some
Yeah.
Ring of Honor. Okay, so you gonna get the Ring of Honor pay-per-view?
I was thinking about it. I don't know. I'm not really big on Ring of Honor. I don't really know them too much.
I'm thinking of getting it just because I'm pretty damn sure that Young Bucks and FTR are gonna have their like match on that card for all the belts.
That'd be fucking crazy.
I
When's
used to
that?
love Ring of Honor back in the mid 2000s when they had Punk and Bryan and Samoa Joe and all
What the
those guys.
fuck?
That was one of the reasons Tony Khan bought Ring of Honor is because he has like all those guys now.
So
And
you
he
got
has the tape
collection.
library. Yeah.
Yeah, and now he has the tape library.
But the only problem with that tape library is the production value is absolute shit.
stinky.
It's literally two guys. It's a 2-camera shoot with horrible, like, the ring announcers have like the worst microphone. Like, this microphone, it's better than the shit that they were using.
Yeah.
World's shittiest powerbomb.
Yeah.
Well, Tony Khan's got the money. I'm sure he could remaster some of those.
I hope so. I mean, just the audio itself just needs. It was just hard to listen to.
Dude, audio is really hard to touch up.
Michinoku driver, out of nowhere.
It was out of nowhere. I didn't know Randy Orton was on this show.
You see, it's like, to me, if you're gonna hit your finisher, you gotta kind of come up with a way to hit it. He literally just picked him up and did the Michinoku driver.
Like have like a little sign or something, right? Or like hype the crowd up, not just
Or like
surprise.
reverse something, or like just make it come out. Like either make it come out of nowhere or build it up. Don't just pick him up. It's like a wrestling video game, basically.
The way I see it, a finisher should never be powerful enough to instantly pin a guy. Because what's the fucking point of a match? You guys will slowly pick them up, do a body slam, do a move, and do it slowly. If they just did their finisher as quickly as possible, what's the point of the whole match? The finisher should be the spice on top of their match. Like, Austin should have nothing but like head damaging moves during his match because he's setting him up for the fucking stunner. In the same sense that like Brett had a lot of back moves. He did the backbreaker, he did the side Russian leg sweep and stuff like that to set up for the sharpshooter. This move, like, out of like when was it that WrestleMania we watched where like fucking Sheamus beat Daniel Bryan with like the bro kick, like 6
in 15 seconds,
yeah.
yeah.
Like,
We watched that WrestleMania? Was that 24?
no,
Yeah,
that was 25, I think. 20,
that was like
7?
no,
27?
28 or it was like I watched it from. I know that was the free. Was it the free one? I can't remember. All I remember is that when I saw that match, I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
I was disappointed in that. I think I bought that pay-per-view.
This is definitely not a feud worth watching, to be honest with you.
No, it's garbage, dear.
So I don't think Bryan Christopher ever wins the light heavyweight title.
Let's see about that.
The fucking great face of the company running like a heel.
Right?
I didn't.
That's
I didn't
Get
realize.
your face over.
I didn't realize Bryan Christopher was dead.
What? You didn't know that? That was
I
like
know.
that was
A
so
few-
long ago.
Yeah, it was a few years ago. Yeah.
Did he commit suicide or what?
OD.
think so.
Yeah, he committed suicide after getting a DUI.
Jesus.
He was never light heavyweight champion. He was tag team champion, but he was never light heavyweight champion.
I thought so. Usually wrong when Luis speaks up, but when he didn't speak up, I was like, I must be right.
He was the.
I'm there to
I used to
correct
like
Brett.
that. I used to
Because
like
Luis
that.
has no problem calling me out of my wrongness. So if he stays quiet on something, it just usually means I got something correct.
AOL.
America Online.
I have both had a long time to think about this, and I think we've come up with several.
Look at how big those
creative ways
laptops
to
are,
destroy the
too.
New Age
Fuck.
football.
Yeah.
He's got the fucking chainsaw on the table.
So with the name of the
In case you forgot who he was.
Chainsaw. It's Chainsaw Charlie, not Terry.
Chainsaw Terry.
Fourth partner. They can bring whoever they want to because we've got great people in the ring with us, and Owen Hart and Stone Cold. Cactus is on my side.
What
Just
a fuck.
remember, this is the hospital, and this
He's
is the
supposed to play
graveyard.
this
And I'm
psychopath
gonna use
who
one of them on
wields a
tonight. They think it's a
chainsaw
funny
and he's
situation.
cutting this
It's not funny to me.
mundane,
Mundane, I
whitest
know.
babyface promo
Pushing us
here.
off into a dumpster to hell.
Have
Where
you
is
guys
he?
heard?
If anybody ever gets mad at me for calling Terry Funk a jobber, I'm going to show
It
him
wasn't
this
funny at
promo.
all, and they're not going to be laughing tonight either.
Have you guys heard of some of the Dudley Boys stories about Terry Funk?
No.
Oh, so this is in the Team 3D shoot interview. So they were in Japan, and they were in this train station full of people, and Terry Funk was drunk, and then he goes to a trash can, pulls his dick out, and just pisses right in the trash can in front of everybody. And Bubba Ray Dudley's like, "You can't do that, Terry," and he's like, "God damn it, I'm the Funker."
Hey, it's the Quebecers.
The Quebecers.
The best thing Jacques Rougeau ever did was knock out the Dynamite Kid's teeth.
The thing, you know what I like about Quebec? They're like the Texas of Canada, because they like, we want to leave Canada and become the Republic of
Quebec. Yeah.
God, these guys get a paper.
Yeah, that's
fucking.
kind of right. It's just they are kind of the Texas of Canada in that sense. They feel like they should be their own country.
They were wrestling the Godwins.
Oh, this is gonna be a lackluster match.
This is literally a Sunday Night Heat match we're paying for.
Shotgun Saturday Night.
There
match.
it is, Brett. Your favorite show.
That is my show.
Look at, even the seats are even more empty now. They saw the Marrow match. They said, "Okay, guys, we're good."
Bathroom break.
That reminds me of that time where I said, "I'm going to go to the bathroom during the Cena Umaga match at Royal Rumble 07. Turned out to be the second best Cena match I've ever seen.
That was a good match.
That was a damn good match. I will give John props for that.
It was definitely the best
No
singles
regrets.
match of the night.
No regrets.
Regrets.
What year is this? 97. Such a simpler time. Confederate flags, racism.
Yeah,
Abortions were legal. Simpler time. Clinton. No, I don't know if Clinton existed yet, but
What?
I don't know if Bill Clinton was president at this time.
He was still president during
Yes,
this
he
time.
was. He was still president.
Oh, I didn't know that the saxophone playing madman.
He was battling false accusations.
Oh yeah. Good, what a time. That's the most American you can be.
They were charging him with shit I didn't even know was crimes, man.
Well, why is blowjobs a crime?
What do you like? Kevin from The Office? He told me what he did. I had him explain to me what he did again to get in jail. I had him explain to me 3 times. What he said was exactly what I do here every day.
Oh.
Let's just be honest. Clinton was just the dumb one that got caught.
Have you guys heard the story of how Jacques Rougeau?
Go ahead.
Have you guys heard the story about Jacques Rougeau knocking out Dynamite Kid's teeth?
Oh yeah, because there's all that stupid cunt, Mr.
It was on
Perfect's
Dark
fault.
Side of the Ring, I think.
Well, so like Jacques, he was sitting in a barber shop and he tells the story on YouTube. But the TLDR is Perfect was, I think, pumping up Jacques to kind of test Dynamite Kid, who's a really good amateur wrestler, and I guess Dynamite really embarrassed him and like headlocked him in the locker room and just really went over the top and kind of really embarrassed him. And Jacques' dad called him and said, "Next week you make your comeback." So his brother Ray was a boxer and said, "Hey, go to the bank and get a roll full of quarters and put it in your hand, and I will lead him to the back outside the arena." And he leads him out to the back, and as he turns the corner, Jacques is behind the corner and just sucker punches him right in the face, knocks out all like 6-7 teeth up front, and is down on the ground. And before he can get the second hit, Dynamite kind of puts his hand up like, no more.
Please stop, leave me alone.
No, the story. I heard a different story about that. Like I heard
Really?
that
It's on Dark Side of the Ring,
Yeah,
the
Mr.
Dynamite Kid episode.
Mr. Perfect had cut up the trunks of the clothes of the Rougeaus and
I didn't
blamed
know
it on Dynamite and Bulldog, which started the heat between them. And so then they came by and then they tried to take Dynamite down, and Dynamite kind of embarrassed him with wrestling. So he said, okay. So it was like a back and forth kind of deal, and then he hit him with the mouth. Someone else, I think a third-party wrestler, pulled Jacques off of Dynamite. And then our Dynamite had said in interviews, like, thank God for that guy, because I was going to die. Like that Bray was not like Jox is not going to stop pummeling me.
Because I think Rougeau was on the Dynamite episode and talked about that incident.
Isn't Jock PCO now, right?
No, it's the other guy. The other guy is PCO.
Ray?
That guy, whatever his name was, he's PCO.
Jock Rougeau is one name. It's not Jock and Rougeau.
The guy that's in the ring right now is PCO.
The other guy. Jock Rougeau was one word.
No,
Oh my god.
no, I thought one was Jock and one was Rougeau.
Oh. Whoa, Chris, no.
Oh, I forgot his name though. PCO. The pride and joy of Canada. I forgot his name.
Oh my god. I just thought of something. They could have done a double Insecurity and fucking kill that guy.
Little smile eraser.
Smile eraser.
That's gonna be my finisher, the smile eraser.
Okay, it's restroom break time.
That's what half the audience thinks too. Jesus.
Tremendous takedown.
This is a heel on heel match too. No one gives a shit.
That bald spot in the back of his head is almost as big as mine.
Some pretty good skill there, using that armbar takedown.
I will say he's still in pretty decent shape, being like, 8 or 9 years later.
Well,
oh no, he's been wrestling since
this is only like 4 years after they were tag champs.
That's right. Where'd they fucking go?
They just
Indian
got,
circuit?
yeah, I think they just something like that. Honestly, they remember that they were back in WWF at
Can you
this
imagine,
time.
Dad? Can you go to a WWF show? We can't, but we have a BWF show here. If we can go see that, don't you want to go see the Mountie? And it's 1997.
Modified spinebuster slam on Jacques Rougeau and a leg drop.
Jesus.
Right across the chest.
There's a whole lot of nothing going on here.
Unusual cover there by Phineas.
I'm thinking, how early are we? We are almost an hour into the show, guys.
You gotta be kidding me.
This is rough.
Ugh.
It hasn't been as bad simply because I just have not been paying attention.
The show's great when you're not watching. It's fucking A+ pay-per-view here.
I told you I was gonna treat the show like a social event. You don't care about who wins and loses. You just bullshit.
I don't think they care about who wins. Look at how empty that side is. And I
So
imagine
bad.
the concession stand. Like, oh man, this place
If
is
it weren't for all the fan signs, it would look even more. Dude, look at how many empty seats! Oh,
Jesus Christ!
a lot of people.
I
It
can
wasn't
ima-
even that.
Can you imagine going to the show like with a paid-for ticket and looking around like, man, I think I made a mistake.
That's what I probably would have. Yeah.
Like I said, do they still do when you buy seats at the pay-per-views, the front rows? Do they still do the chair giveaways there?
Yes, they do.
They do, yes.
Even AEW does that now at their pay-per-views.
That's kind of my favorite. Like when me and my brother first went to the SummerSlam show, we didn't know that was a thing until they had a taped sign on the chair. Hey, after the show is over, feel free to take this chair with you as a souvenir. I was like, I look around like, oh my god, that's the coolest thing ever.
I know, free wrestling.
yeah.
Like, to me, it's like the best memento to have from the show. It's like, this is the chair I sat my ass on during this show.
I mean, I still have that 07 Rumble chair,
Except
and
the
I will
ECW
bring it out
show.
and tell people, I sat in this chair in San Antonio.
My brother can say that about every pay-per-view except his ECW chair.
The one that I broke jumping.
But you got a new one though, right?
Yeah, I got a new one.
I always felt bad. I was like, man, I was thinking of a way to repair it, how to get it fixed for him, but thankfully he was able to get one. Because the guys sitting next to us were sitting in the wrong seats.
Yeah.
And they didn't realize it.
Those guys were dicks.
Oh, they're assholes.
Like,
Yeah.
he's like, this is my seat. I'm sitting in that chair, and I'm like, dude, here's my ticket. And then we had the security come and correct that piece of shit.
We were in the last row of the take-home chair seats too. I remember, and I was like, "Oh, cool, that's all." I didn't care if we had one. I just wanted to see the show. Like we were trying to get tickets anywhere, even the standing room only seats. Because I was like, I did not want to miss this. Like the last show looked amazing. I want to be at this place because I want to be with that crowd. And
my only regret for that show was our seats were not like we did not get on camera once on that show, and that kind of sucked. And it was such a small arena. Like I wish we could have gotten hard camera side, but you know, shit happens.
no, I mean for me the matches were kind of a second thought. I just wanted to do the crowd saying the most ridiculous stupid shit.
Yeah, it was definitely an experience to say the least.
Like everyone who hasn't seen the show and just watch it on pay-per-view or watch it afterwards on the WWE Network, you will never know the pop when the guys first brought out the sign, "If Cena wins, we riot."
I was watching it live. That was the hottest crowd in years. In years. There's been few crowds that have been hotter than that crowd, especially in WWE.
Those guys know what they like.
Mm-hmm.
I could have just imagined if they had done ECW right. Like, you know what? We'll pay the talent, we'll get them good, and we can get because those tickets weren't fucking cheap. Those are really expensive tickets. That house was like what 2,400 people, but the cheapest ticket there was $100. That was the cheapest ticket you got, and the thing sold out in seconds. Like, I think me and Chris had to work that day, but Angel was the one that got us the tickets.
Yeah, I got the No. You guys were trying to. You guys were at work. I was on the phone with you guys, and then I was clicking, and guys, I got 3 tickets.
And me and Chris, we were like, "What seats? Where?" We were like, "Hold it. Okay, just pull the trigger. Just get it," because we couldn't risk not going to the show.
Yeah, it was 2,460 people at this show. I'm trying to see if I can get a gate number.
Because I remember the standing room only tickets were the $100 ones. I think most seats in the arena were $200 to $300.
Yeah, it was the cheapest ticket was $100 for standing room only. So if you do the math, that's at least a $250,000 gate in a 2,400 seat arena.
Yeah. So I mean, they could have been doing that week in and week out, just holding shows in that arena. Because people say, "Oh, you can't hold a show in the same arena." Motherfuckers! The first 4 years of Raw were put in the same dingy ass fucking Manhattan Center. Don't tell me the WWE can't do it. Oh shit!
Oh, fucking smashed him!
I would not fucking take that shit.
I feel like AEW should do a Manhattan Center show.
Ooh, can you imagine the chants? WWE sucks. WWE sucks. It should die. It should die.
Should do like a Dynamite there for sure.
Well, where's their territory right now? They're kind of the southeast.
Chicago.
They consider their like home as Jacksonville.
Oh, Jacksonville, yeah.
And they consider Chicago their second home. He's basically Tony has said
the motherfuckers got beat with a clothesline.
Wow.
Tony has said that Double or Nothing, he wants it every year in Vegas because that's where the first one was.
I mean, that's
he always wants All Out in Chicago. But really, that just means there's only 2 pay-per-views each year that will be at different venues or different cities.
What this match can't be over soon enough. Can we just cut away to something?
And then I think next year in Renee, we're going to try to do the Grand Slam Dynamite because they want to do Arthur Ashe every year. Can't do it this year because I just don't have the time off. I'm using it all for honeymoon.
Biggest idiots of the year go to the fucking Quebecers for holding their hands up after losing a match and turning their backs on these assholes. What the fuck were they thinking? Guys, we won! After we clearly lost. Cleanly.
Yeah.
will be the tag team partner of the New Age Outlaws and D-Generation.
Some of these signs are pretty weak. Oh, look at that. Someone's got a fucking Confederate flag up.
Right to the source, the WWF Tag Team Champions, guys. I'm begging you. I
Oh,
want to
shit.
know.
Doc
It
Hendricks.
was
Who is
Texas.
the eighth man in the eight-man tag
I know
team?
Doc, good old Doc.
Is that what you brought me out here for? To find out who our partner was? The New Age Outlaws, we don't even know who our partner is. I thought you were going to tell us, DOC. What's
Right.
going on in the World Wrestling Federation? when the
Fucking
ones who
David, man,
scored
you're
the
right. These
goal
guys
don't
can
even have any
fucking
decision
burn that
making.
mic up. Listen to this
They're not even
promo. One for
included in
the
the
fucking
process.
ages.
Don't you think you should be?
Doesn't even look
You're
at the
damn right
camera.
we should be. What we demand is a little respect. Maybe we ought to just start grabbing some
This
respect.
fucking
if
barn
nobody's gonna
burner
give
right
it
here,
to us.
guys. Everyone's gonna
I'll
have
tell
this
you
thing
what, this is
memorized.
ridiculous. We demand
As
respect,
you,
and I'll tell you what. We'll just take it our
Doc
own. We'll go
Hendricks,
find out who it is.
travel
Come on,
to
It
Houston,
looks like the
Texas.
WWF Tag Team Champions are just like us as far as the eighth man. They seem to be in the dark.
Oh my god, they're talking about this eighth
My God, you
thing
can see the
like it's
boom
a
bike.
big fucking deal.
I know what you're thinking. I'm not a real athlete. I'm just a
Did he just say I'm not a real athlete?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, it's just don't try this at home bullshit.
Yeah.
I was a national champion at the University of Miami. My jersey was retired at Florida State. I was the ultimate fighting champion. When you step through those ropes.
Did you guys see Israel Adesanya came out to the Undertaker theme
Yeah, that was
with the
great.
urn and the fucking Undertaker hat with Vince McMahon in attendance?
Yeah, that was
What?
sick. Tony,
I also heard that Tony Khan and Jim Ross were in attendance as well.
So the UFC middleweight champion Israel Adesanya, for his title fight, came out to the Undertaker's theme with an urn and the Undertaker's hat, and did the whole entrance like. Then he put his hands up and the lights turned on, and Vince McMahon was ringside for that fight.
I actually think that urn was WWE's Undertaker urn.
So that guy Israel, like, did he win that championship, or did he just take it from somebody that said, "Hey, I had this belt once, now it's mine"?
Oh God, Jeff Jarrett.
look at Jim Cornette is fat there.
Yeah, he's a pretty big dude.
Putting away them double cheeseburgers,
Double
Goddamn!
bacon,
double
extra
onion.
mayo, double onion, motherfucker.
I need to.
Bruce Pritchard does some really good impersonations.
Yeah, he does a good Vince McMahon too.
Yeah, he does.
Pronouns, pal.
Jesus.
I haven't listened to Pritchard in a while though, because I got tired of hearing the. Well, that's what we thought was right at the time.
Yeah,
Shut
yeah.
up! Can you just give an opinion?
Yeah. Like, admit you were wrong.
No, the problem is he's still trying to coax a job out of Vince. So if he talks too much,
Stop, because he's
Did he
fucking got
get
a job.
fired again?
Oh, he's
Well,
actually interim talent relations.
he's
guy.
trying to keep the door open. If he talks too much shit and burns the bridge, he'll never work for Vince again. That's the kind
But
of
he-
deal.
But he got hired back.
Well, like I'm saying, he got hired back because he doesn't talk a lot of shit. If he talked too much shit, they would have never hired him back. That's why he doesn't talk shit, so he can keep that job opportunity. I mean, that's his prerogative. Where I'd love to hear, and you know what? There's a chance that what he's saying is true. It's like, hey, that sounds good to us at the time. Because I remember listening to the Muhammad Hassan Super episode, so I was really interested in what happened.
God, they fucked over that character so bad.
And they were like, we can't edit out the match. And they're like, we should. Like, well, we have nothing to close the show with. They could have closed the show with, hey, we had a match planned, but due to the sensitive circumstances, we are choosing not to air it. If they had done that, Muhammad Hassan could have been a world fucking champion.
He was gonna be world champion. Like he was supposed to
remember.
take the belt.
My brother and I going to that SummerSlam in 05, and we were like, we're going to bring our hatas, and we're going to cheer Muhammad Hassan and fucking Batista.
Yep.
And in Washington, D.C., like 4 years after 9/11.
I was gonna bring a sign that said 9/11 shall rise again.
Oh, God.
Jesus!
What does that even mean?
It means everything. Batista will collapse like the World Trade Center.
Oh my God, Angelo!
Hassan will hijack the title.
Okay, that was pretty good.
Oh, that was much better than some of the other ones. That belt isn't worth the gold it's printed on. It's like I've got 24 ounces of gold here to sell. Like, okay, I can give you $3,000. Well, it's got the NWA logo on it. I can give you $20.
Best I can do is $20.
Bradshaw's a little over here.
Because they will want to. Nobody wants to see the NWA. They want to see fucking this guy kill him.
Wow. Well, it's also Texas too, and he's from Texas. So
say what you will about Bradshaw, I think he's personality-wise, he might be a jerk, but I've always liked the characters he's portrayed.
I feel different. I think that he was pretty he was a heel when there was no heels available.
He was APA. Bradshaw was fantastic. I love the stupid little door they had in the middle of the room that they made people walk through.
APA was a great gimmick.
I fucking can't wait for that shit. Like, I am dying. I know we have to get through Ministry APA or the Acolytes, but once they get past that, I can't because that was like the gimmick that got those two guys over.
Well, Cyrus actually manages them first, and that's when they become the Acolytes. Oh wow, the referee's picking them all out.
Because they didn't buy a ticket.
Not a lot of people did.
At first
I thought I got a managerial license.
Yeah, managerial license.
James E. Cornette has a manager's license. He is.
Oh my God, you were right. He said the manager's license line. Somewhere out there, V1 of OSW fame is marking out. The manager's license.
They used it on AEW last week.
Did.
Hey, he's got an NWO jacket on.
Your shirt says that's an A. Yeah, it looks like an NWO shirt.
The fold is in the wrong place.
Brett, but the managerial license only works for that one match, I guess, right? On AEW.
Oh, actually, on Busted Up, they were saying that's a legitimate thing. There are certain states where the Athletic Commission makes you get managerial license.
Yes.
Because they only will commission an event if participants are around the ring. Without the managerial license, you cannot be on the other side of the barricade.
Yeah, but I thought it's pro wrestling. It's not real. I thought we established that.
It is. But what I'm trying to tell you is the managerial license is actually a real thing in certain
it's real, but it's not real.
Chris, they're trying to fake it so it makes it seem like it's a legit port. So the marks at the time would fucking buy it that this is real.
So back in the day when wrestling was not announced as real, you had to get licensed as a professional wrestler.
Yeah,
like
that's crazy. That's nonsense.
But then Vince McMahon said, hey, it's not a real sport. You don't have to tax me. It's just an event. But certain states never got the hint and changed the regulations. So like I think Danny Doring says he spent like thousands of dollars to get licensed in I think Idaho or Iowa or something like that. And yeah, you had to be licensed to be a wrestler and some states even a manager. Like you couldn't be rings and referees too had to be licensed.
So here's the kicker. Michigan is actually one of those states. And that's why AEW pulled that card. Because it's actually true.
But they only did it for the one match.
Yeah. Well, I can't tell you it's wrestling. What do you want? What do you want from me? Go with the fucking flow.
Keep the rules real the whole time.
Can Bradshaw please take off that vest? Okay, thank God. He looked retarded wearing it.
Can fucking Jeff Jarrett not wear such a fucking desert? I don't like that. It makes me, I don't know. It's like an Arizona costume. Or like a Palm
Kinda,
Springs.
yeah, because it has like the prints that you would see.
Yeah, the
from,
prints. Yeah, from the desert cities. Even out here
Uh,
in Palm Springs, it's like that. All turquoise and weird designs. Jeff
Hey.
Jarrett just sucks.
So you know how Palm Springs is getting a minor league hockey team?
Yeah, the Firebirds.
Do you think AEW might ever come run a show at that new arena?
God, if they did, bro, I'd cum my pants so fast.
Dude, I would be down there. So I would be hitting up my fiance, and be like, "Hey, you're friends with their condo in Palm Springs. I need Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday."
I know, bro, because I'm like so lazy. Like I wouldn't even go to Ontario.
What's it? Well, I mean, for me, it's just down the street.
It's too far. Tickets are only $20. Yeah, but it's like $80.
No, the Ontario tickets were more expensive.
That's why I
They're
didn't go
actually
to.
more expensive than they were at the Forum.
That's why I didn't go to Rampage. Because at first I was like, nah, it's Rampage. I don't want to go there.
Dude,
and then
Rampage,
LA was like,
kid you not, Chris, that whole night was like a 5-hour show.
yeah, I would, but it's just too far. It's
Dude,
Rampage.
It's like
Hour and a half
30
before
miles
Rampage.
from where you live.
Well, it's a
Rampage.
fucking hour and a half.
You
How
know
slow
you
do
could
you
have crashed
drive?
here at my apartment, right? In Laverne?
It's like an hour.
We have flown across the country, Chris, for wrestling.
Yeah,
And you
that was before. That's when
can't
I
be-
had a fucking
Used to-
impregnable mind at that time. Impressionable mind. Now I'm
Impregnable.
stubborn.
Yeah, impregnable mind is the exact opposite of what you have.
Now I'm stubborn.
You know what? You know what makes me sad is if it weren't for that stupid wedding, and I say stupid wedding, I was gonna go to Forbidden Door.
You were?
Yeah, but because that wedding was that weekend, I was like, shit. But yeah, I wanted to go to Forbidden Door because her best friend lives in Chicago.
Oh wow.
So for me, it's easy to convince Renee to go to wrestling in Chicago because she can just go hang out with her friend, and then I can just go to wrestling.
I do want to go to fucking Double or Nothing though.
What the weirdest? Hold up,
The only
sorry.
reason I didn't go to Double or Nothing is because I knew they were going to be at the Forum and at Ontario, which sucks because now I'm pretty certain that they're always going to run the LA shows around Double or Nothing.
Yeah, they probably will. Well, I didn't work for 5 days like a month before, so there's no way they were gonna give me the time off.
I think next year I want to try to go to Double or Nothing because I want to go to a pay-per-view and I feel like LA's not going to get a pay-per-view because of Double or Nothing.
Oh, you know what it was too? It like happened too fast. Like May came too fast.
May came too fast.
Yeah, like, it didn't. Like I thought we were like in February or something, and all of a sudden Double or Nothing to May. I was like, oh no.
I'll take things Peter Parker never wanted to hear for 400.
See, but the funny thing is, we basically always know when they're gonna run Double or Nothing because they do it Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, if we
It's always
planned
been
it,
Memorial Day weekend.
if we
Just
planned
like
it in
All
June,
Out is always
January-
Labor Day weekend. It's always Labor Day weekend.
You know what I love about that cornet thing? He's never hitting you with a tennis racket. Has to be a loaded tennis racket. You gotta have something to put in there. Because you get hit with a regular tennis racket, it's like getting hit with a fly swatter. It's like, this is a minor inconvenience.
Maybe he's got some cement around the wiring in that thing.
Actually, that's a good question. What's everybody's favorite foreign object in wrestling?
Favorite foreign object?
Favorite foreign object.
Probably like ass knuckles because they're so easy to hide, get
Okay.
away with.
Wow. I personally like the wrench.
You never see it fucking used, but it's always Bobby Heenan used to bring it up all the time. Mine's the wrench too, but because it was used in one place. WCW for the Nintendo Entertainment System had a wrench on the outside you could get, and it made the most fucked up sound when you hit somebody with it. They're like, and the guy like,
Wow.
like, you fucking
I didn't even realize WCW had a video game.
It
Oh,
was
they've had tons of
probably the best video game, wrestling video game, I'll say. Best wrestling video game up until the N64 era.
Yeah, the N64 were fucking. I like those
Oh
ones.
god, yeah, WrestleMania 2000, NWO, WCW Revenge.
Yep.
You know, No Mercy was a great game, but I had a dud. I had a lemon cartridge.
Oh,
And it
the
would
one of the red ones.
it constantly
Oh.
erased my data, which
Oh.
so frustrating.
Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, back in the day when they couldn't do fucking patches, that's crazy.
I remember because my brother. This is the first time we learned about glitches in games that never got fixed. Because my brother bought All-Star Baseball 2000, and it had a glitch when you started a season that your third line person on the lineup after like 3 games, they would auto run their stats for the rest of the year. So he would have like something like 400, hits, 50 hit home runs, 200 RBIs or whatever. And my brother restarted his season like 4 times, and it kept happening, and he didn't know what it was. He bought new memory cards. He thought the memory cards were bad, and it just wasn't it. And he just didn't understand at the time that the game was glitched and he couldn't do that. What a fucking shit show.
That happened with me and the Grand Theft Auto 4. I used a lot of cheat codes, or no, not 4 on Grand Theft Auto Vice City. No, Grand Theft Auto 3. And I used a lot of cheat codes, and I'd save it, and I didn't know that the cheat codes in the save would corrupt the files.
Oh.
so like, I never bought. And then so like I bought a new disc. I cleaned the disc. I did this. I did that, thinking it was the scratch disc, but it was the corrupted file.
Yeah, I realized my cartridge was corrupted because I had a few different memory cards, but the one I used to use was it was a rumble pack, but it had 4 different like slottings for memory cards, so you could store 4 times the amount of data and still get the rumble action. It was a dope thing. I loved it so much.
Oh, he saw it. The referee actually.
I also had like the regular memory cards, so I would constantly switch it, and when it was happening on every single card, that's when I knew the game was glitched, because it didn't do it to any other game. And it sucked because I was young at the time, so it's not like I could just go out and buy another cartridge.
Oh,
fuck. And the internet wasn't so fucking prevy at the time, so you like nobody knew.
The N64, yeah.
Oh no, Cornet, get out of there!
It sucked because I was so, as you guys know, I was always very, very good at my wrestling video games. Right. I had almost everyone unlocked at one point, and then it erased, and I was like, all right, I'm done. I was like, I'm so done. Yeah, I think I unlocked Andre the Giant like 100 times, and it would keep erasing him. And Andre was the hardest one to unlock, but I always seemed to be able to unlock him. And I was just like, all right, I'm done with this. And then I just would go back to WrestleMania 2000.
Yeah. The Nintendo 64 was a good system, but the peripherals were all garbage. Like all the memory cards had issues. Like they weren't ready to make that step with all that stuff. I spent hundreds of dollars on accessories for that.
I don't know. Oh shit! What the fuck does LOD care about NWA?
I know. I was gonna say who's gonna come out. Who's gonna come out to help Bradshaw? That's what I thought.
Okay, the crowd a good.
Look at that pop! Look at that pop!
You can't sell LOD shirts. Why? Just write LOD on them. You fucking have hundreds of them in the audience right now.
Does LOD have a shop on Pro Wrestling Tees?
You know what? I need to get myself. If they do, I'm gonna buy an LOD shirt.
Did I tell you guys about when I bought my AEW shirts? I did 2 mystery shirts because they're like super cheap, and one of them was the Nasty Boys. It's probably one of my favorite shirts right now.
The Nasty. I like the Nasty Boys as an attraction. I'm not a big fan of their wrestling, or whatever. But when they take somebody to Pity City, that was always got me. Those guys look fucking disgusting.
Yeah. And my other mystery shirt was like an Eddie Kingston shirt, and I was like, oh, all right, cool.
The Mad King.
Yeah, it was the Mad King because it was one of his earlier shirts where he's wearing the crown and it's a portrait, so it's pre-AEW.
He was Eddie Kingston. It was an old time. Just what would you even call him? Just a fucking runt in the Indies until he got the AEW. He wasn't liked in locker rooms.
Because of his drug and alcohol things, he tended to
burn bridges.
Yeah, he burned a lot of bridges, and
of DX.
So basically now, I don't know if he's necessarily clean.
I think he is. I think
he
I
is
saw
too.
something about it.
This is how you
Because
can
they
tell.
used his. Oh, go ahead.
No, so this is how you tell you sold your pay-per-view properly, where they have to have a promo between every match to remind you what the feuds are.
From all over this planet want to be involved.
They're talking about this mystery partner. What? I don't know what is a greater disappointment for the mystery partner, this or the fucking Renegade in WCW. You know, I didn't know how bad the Renegade bit was until I saw the vignettes. Hogan saying, "I'm going to bring the ultimate partner to WCW," and people thought it was going to be the ultimate.
Well, wasn't the Renegade over for a while until somebody didn't?
He was fucking garbage. They hated him.
I thought somebody
Was television champion for a while.
Yeah, for a while until he lost, and then Jimmy Hart called him by his real name and said like you were garbage, and the guy got so depressed he killed him.
Yeah, I remember that.
Well, he was Ultimate Warrior's stunt double when he came back in '98 for a few things.
Yeah, well, I don't want to sound crass when I say this, but
it's the first time he's ever prefaced something like that.
For being tough men, wrestlers sure are babies.
Yeah.
I mean, they do a lot to their bodies for what they claim to love. So, I mean,
that's a good thing. Who do you think, guys, the biggest whiner in wrestling is? Like, shoot whiner, not kayfabe.
Bret Hart.
You know what? I was gonna say Shane. I was gonna say Shane Douglas, and I saw that Twitch stream that Ryback did where he complained about the fan asking about CM Punk and then banned him from his chat. I'm like, you little fucking.
Well, you know what? It might be Ryback just for the fact that he always puts out the tweets that say, "Do you want me to wrestle in WWE, AEW, or retire?" And then when he retires, wins. he runs it like 3 months later. Yeah, he's the biggest whiner. Get over it, Ryback.
No, I think the biggest whiner, from what I've heard, is Christian. I've heard he's a big whiner backstage.
Really? I don't see that from him.
Well, like Lance Storm talked about it. He said that when he came to WWE, that like Christian would whine about everything. Why are my promos only this long? Like why is my match not up top, or that kind of stuff, right? Like I heard it was pretty bad.
Yeah, I don't get that from him. I had pity on him because Vince wanted to have a fucking blue dot on his face when he came down to the ring to wrestle.
Ken Shamrock, I think it started at Survivor Series, went through the Royal Rumble, but I think the most heinous
Rock on the
act
stick,
you guys have
please,
perpetrated on Ken Shamrock happened last week.
Need him on the stick. He's doing his own thing right there.
Oh, shit. God,
this is so old.
No, I'm sure I don't have to remind you, but you know he is the
Ken Shamrock probably have taken 400 chair shots during their entire feud.
Look, Rock doesn't need a microphone. He is selling this entire product. There it is. There's the classic one.
When I say kick anybody's ass, I mean by any means.
He stole that, right? He still stole it. He didn't ever win it, right? Is that what we know?
He was given the title. That's correct.
That's great.
He was. That's right. Austin just gave it to him because Austin was like, "I don't really want this belt. I want the world title. So here you go."
I know. So I don't know.
Way to bury your belt.
I don't know why. Yeah, why fucking Triple H could get so much shit for taking the European title like that, or Triple H for getting the fucking WCW championship if The Rock was giving it. Nobody fucking bats an eye.
That was the mid-card belt. You can't just give somebody the world title.
Yes, you can.
What do you mean, yes, you can?
I mean, technically, he's not wrong. You
that
do
was
whatever you want.
That is
It's
Vince
wrestling.
Russo fucking WCW era
Oh
booking.
my
right
god,
there.
yeah, right at the very end with the new blood. Every week, we're getting rid of all our champions, new champions again.
Wrestling with Regret had a good bit about that. That Vacant is like a 9-time champion.
Oh,
in
Vacant,
WCW
yeah,
because they
Vacant,
kept
yeah.
vacating the title.
You know what? I gotta give Tony Khan credit for this. He started doing the interim championship thing. I feel like because boxing and MMA do
UFC?
that.
Yeah, I
they
like
do
that.
It's like I get in wrestling why you might vacate someone's belt, but it actually makes it more interesting if you do have an interim champion, because then you have an automatic built-in feud for when that champion comes back.
Right. I like it. I like the interim champion. Because then you have a champion, and you don't have to go through the whole, well,
Jesus,
CM Punk
he's fucking
uses
over.
it.
Then you don't get those bullshit promos. Well, I never lost my title.
Yeah. And you can be real about it, like, hey, I'm injured, I gotta go away.
You guys hear this?
Yeah, he's fucking getting. Ahmed Johnson's getting mad pop.
I know that's what he's taken away from.
DOA's like, man, they're chanting loud for us, guys. Maybe we're gonna get that push.
Or it's only okay.
Chain's got his own idol.
It's like the ultimate disrespect when you have to come out to your fucking partner's music.
Well, Shamrock is the star of the show here.
Let's be honest, Shamrock's team, a lot of them are not long for this.
Yeah.
Is this a 10-man or an 8-man?
I think it's 8. Wait, 2, 4, 5.
There's 5 of them on each side, but I don't know if there's.
Okay, I think it's 10 then. 10. Or I don't know.
They never ran through the card at the beginning of the show because they're
no, it was a surprise.
It's a surprise.
I mean, at this point, you've already bought the goddamn pay-per-view. Do they really need to give us the card?
Right, that's why I don't like fucking WWE and the premium live events, because they just can phone them all in.
Dude, I totally forgot that Money in the Bank was even last night.
I knew it was happening, but
Who won?
Liv Morgan and
Theory won.
And Theory. Austin Theory.
Theory, that's right. Austin. We were talking
Austin
about that
Theory,
the last show.
Yeah. He dropped the U.S. belt to Bobby Lashley and then got entered into the Money in the Bank match and won that.
I
was happy for Liv Morgan.
Maybe I'm a product.
Too.
Maybe I'm a
kind of
product
sad I missed that
of the 80s and 90s. But anytime a former champion takes a mid-card belt, I feel like that's the ultimate step down. Like, you were a champion.
Yeah.
They were the face of the company.
In a way, it's a step down. I don't feel as bad about it, though, when you have a unified world title like they do right now. It's like around 31. Cena and Daniel Bryan were your mid-card champions. It was meant to make those belts mean something.
But if you can have meaningful matches and meaningful feuds and not be champion, look at Kurt Angle and Shawn Michaels in 2005. They weren't champions, and they were one of the hottest programs running. In fact, same thing can be said about Shawn and Jericho in 07. The only reason they put the belt on Jericho because they were like, fuck, this feud is too good. It's going to make all of our belts look bad. We need to put the belt on them.
Was it that 08?
08 maybe, yeah. I'm thinking Jericho came back early 07 as a fan.
Remember, because you guys ended up buying that pay-per-view because it was Michaels and Jericho in the ladder match, and you had me and Chris, and of course Jericho is my favorite wrestler. John was his, and that entire main event was just me and Chris going back and forth about who was going to win and who was better.
Bullshit.
Yeah, hey, the better wrestler won that night. Damn it.
Once.
Hey, who came out champion in that match?
For them. Right. Now he has a fucking hole in his chest. Poor guy. He has Kofi Kingston syndrome.
What?
His chest. If you look, he has like a concave, like fucking chest.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Jericho really let himself go. I don't know what the fuck.
You know what? He got fucking
he's
sick.
back in shape though. Yeah, he looks really good now.
He got sick doing the Fozzy tour or something. He lost a lot of weight.
He had, from what I heard, it was a heart issue.
Okay.
He had a heart issue. And they basically, his doctor told him, you need to change your diet. So he did. And he dropped like 40 pounds. And he's probably the leanest he's been in years.
Yeah, and he looks good when he wrestles again. Because remember when it just looked like he was just a big fat...
Well, yeah, because you could tell he was laboring. You can see it. How he wrestles, and he looks like don't want to say the old Jericho, but he looks like the world champion Jericho. Like he can
It's like the
hang
biggest
again.
pop Ahmed Johnson has ever got in his career.
Yeah,
Sure,
he
they
can
were
hit it.
popping for Ahmed and not Mark Henry.
That's true.
Well,
Because Henry's from Houston.
well, remember, Henry wasn't really that good of a wrestler at this time. He was still a fucking
It's green as shit.
a putz.
Mark Henry has like Rhino's body type, but like 1 foot taller.
Oh!
Oh,
Henry also was probably only like 300 here. He wasn't yet 400.
D'Lo's one of my boys. I love D'Lo. I love the little head shaking. He was such a like funny kind of smarmy character. But the one thing I never liked was the stupid chest protector thing they said that was some kind of foreign object. It was like it was foam. There was no metal in it, and if it was, that would hurt him just as bad as it would. Like it made no sense.
Because he had a rib injury.
Yeah, he came back. Oh.
I guess that was when they started giving him all the belts.
Yeah, D'Lo Brown must have. What? I was like, this is what I don't get. When you get the move taken on you, you should not be getting up before the guy who gave you the move.
You know what's crazy too is like you look at all these wrestlers back in the day, how fucking they're like you can't tell that they're super tall.
Oh, he still did it.
I saw some at TNA Slammiversary. D'Lo Brown was there, and he's like towering over these fucking wrestlers now. Because like the size difference is ridiculous from today.
I mean,
today's
it's like
wrestlers are smaller.
Yeah, it's like when you look at Billy Gunn in AEW. Billy Gunn is one of the biggest and tallest wrestlers.
Yeah, he's a fucking goddamn monster.
Yeah.
But then in these rings, he's just a tiny.
He's just a tiny.
Well, we all know Vince loves his big, meaty, tall guys.
Yeah.
Why the fuck would Great Khali get a push like he did? Look at him. He's huge. We'll put him against The Undertaker and get him over.
So remember how silent that crowd was during that whole match.
I remember he's like, dink. And then the promo. Boom. Like, what? These people are being deceived.
I just remember he won and we all turned to each other like, he won? Though that was actually overall though that was still a pretty good pay-per-view because we got the Kurt T, Bobby Lashley King of the Ring final. We got the Kurt Angle, the Mark Henry Kurt Angle. They wrestle on that card.
06 show, I think.
Yeah, well, it was 06.
Well,
I want to say it was Henry and Angle. I think they had a match. Then we had the JBL Mysterio for the main event.
Yeah, that was a bad title reign by Masterio. I thought he was gonna do a kick up.
They called him the biggest underdog champion of all time. I'm like, how do you sell a fucking title holder? We're calling him an underdog the whole time. Like, he's not a champion then.
My problem was at the time they called it the World Heavyweight Championship. And Mysterio was not a heavyweight.
I mean, Rey Mysterio, fantastic talent or whatever, but I felt bad for him with the title because like he's never going to be able to hold that thing because he can't beat anybody convincing. Like his.
Only that, but the damn belt was bigger than him.
Yeah.
Oh, do miss that belt though. Gold.
Did Rock just do the "You Can't See Me"? Did Cena steal that from The Rock? He had his hand in his face like this.
Suplex!
Suplex from behind?
To the outside.
To the outside, oh.
Kama. I used to like Kama. I like when he fucking melted the urn. That was nice.
I think he was the best when he was the good father.
The good
father?
God,
the good father. Right to censor?
Mm-hmm.
I think he has strip clubs now, too.
Does. Yeah, no, he owns at least one. I think he owns more than that, though. He owns a few strip clubs.
Shitting me.
Oh, legit, he owns.
Oh.
That's what he put his money in, was strip clubs.
That was a nasty hit.
COVID must have hit him hard.
Probably, yeah. I'm sure he had to shut down.
And look at how well the nation takes advantage of.
Oh, I know, bro. I went to fucking Vegas during COVID and no strip club was open. That was gay. In a friendly way. I like the gays. Happy Pride Month.
Nice save, Chris. Nice save.
Nice save. In a friendly way. I like.
Do you realize it's not Gay Pride Month anymore, right?
Every month is Gay Pride Month if you always wanted to be. They're taking over all the months, horror months.
Jesus, what's with those chops? What is this? Who taught this guy how to wrestle?
Ooh. Another guy that. Oh, they're both wrestling with their fucking vests on.
They always do.
They always wrestle with their colors.
They both look like Luke Gallows.
Ah!
A second rope frog splash.
I think he did an elbow.
No, he did the frog splash motion.
He did the motion, but I don't think he actually hit a frog splash.
So did we establish this is 5-on-5 or 4-on-5?
It's 5-on-5.
It's a 10-man.
Oh, here we go. Whee!
Missed the showmanship of taking off the pad and throwing it. Mike Chioda's got to get some control in here.
Remember SmackDown on PlayStation? When you did the people's elbow, he actually would take off the pad and throw it out. And then if you did it again, he'd take off the other pad.
Yeah, oh really?
Yeah, he would take off both. And then after that, he would still like motion it, but there'd be no pads on his arm. It's like, why?
I think in No Mercy he did that too.
It might have.
I don't remember if the pad was actually removed off his arm though.
I just always remember SmackDown's entrance was just the wrestlers walking around behind their video. No rhyme or reason.
Cause that was back when they could do fucking audio and video. That was a great time.
Yeah, because PlayStation was disc, so they had a little bit more capacity for that stuff.
Oh, so here's a question that gets posed. Like, if you're fighting like a no DQ match or like a submission match, what's to stop you from just stomping on the dude's balls over and over again until they say I quit? How come no wrestler has tried that?
Another Texan, he's from Silsbee, Texas, is Mark Henry.
This thing has killed the crowd here. This is getting pretty hot, but they fucking dead on our rival tag team.
Any Texans or anybody else any reason to cheer for him in recent weeks.
It's exhausting.
This is just boring. Like, there's a good feud going on between Shamrock and... They should have just done a Shamrock and Ahmed versus two members of the nation.
What would have made this match more fun or
happened,
interesting
Angelo?
is if it would have been an elimination.
Mark Marrow liked the tweet. The Dudes with Attitude podcast. Mark
Mark, we love you so much.
We love you.
No, you're not watching right now, but we hope you do later.
Yeah.
That is awesome. That is so good.
I'm so happy.
I wonder if he's thinking, wow, that's random.
I'm just on my Twitter feed right now, and all of a sudden I get a notification like Mark Merrill has linked your tweet. I'm like, oh my god.
You're famous, Angelo. You did it.
Guys, we're finally over.
We're over.
The wait is ended.
He liked it.
We can end the
Here's
show.
what we're gonna do. We're gonna post a tweet on Twitter, and we're gonna tell Mark Mero that we're marks for him, and then he's gonna like it, and then we're gonna get famous.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Vince Russo at home.
Oh, moonsault! Oh, missed it.
D'Lo is a talent.
Yeah, D'Lo could go.
I need to make that shirt now.
He missing a tooth?
We need to make that shirt and wear it all on WrestleMania, the show.
Mike Chioda is the official?
Yeah. Holy, look, now the crowd is up. Holy shit.
It's the first time Shamrock's cat tagged in, isn't it?
No, he was in for a couple seconds.
He was in for a little bit.
Was he?
Yeah, that's how memorable this match was.
How much time is left in this
dissension.
show?
The dissension. Oh, the suplex.
Oh!
He got it.
Ooh.
Oh, roll it.
Oh!
He's got it.
Tap!
He's got a jab.
Tap.
This is the first time someone has not.
He's got it.
Tap!
Oh, shit. Rock is the one who's lasted the longest so far. So from 3 to 4 seconds, The Rock. Holy shit.
Damn, the crowd was so pumped.
I'm telling you, that move was over as shit. We got about an hour left in the show, boys. So all I can think of is
There's
2
only
more
2
matches
matches
left. Is there only 2 matches left?
There's 2 matches left.
There's Kane, Vader.
And the big
There's
match.
no way Kane Vader's going more than 10 minutes. What the
There's
fuck?
gotta be
Spoiler.
some filler matches. There has to be.
Or some filler promos that we could probably skip.
There's
I
promos.
feel like if we skip anything, we're not doing justice to our audience.
But we're doing something.
No matter
to
how
our sanity.
badly we want to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess the dissension. Well, what's the dissension for? They didn't really have like a. I guess they're arguing. Oh shit! Finally.
Uh-oh.
You know,
You tapped out, Rock. You tapped out.
oh shit!
Oh!
Is this when they finally turn?
No, it's during they turn during the Rock gift episode or whatever. He hands them all gifts and stuff.
That's the
And he
greatest
gives
gift ever.
Doesn't he give Farouk a portrait of himself? With the Intercontinental title.
Yeah. Fucking D'Lo got clocked for no reason. I'd be like, if I were D'Lo, I'd be very upset. Like, man.
Yeah, he took it.
Just telling him to come back in here. Ooh. Oh shit, the Rock's
Oh, wow.
doing it.
He better. Come back to
So
daddy.
they can fight some more. So they can argue. Get your ass over there.
This has been the slowest of slow burns.
But thank God for that, because WWE's used to just speed running their fucking storylines. It doesn't give it a chance for it to settle and wait. Like this Rock versus Farouk thing's been building up for weeks, and now you're gonna see the culmination. It's gonna make it more impactful. We remember it more because of that. You tell me the last time WWE's done a story so effective that it's this memorable. Like, when was the last time WWE's done something like this?
Mark Henry retirement angle?
How long ago was that?
5, 6 years ago?
No, because he retired and then he just fucking powerbombed John Cena.
Yeah, but Mark Henry sold it so well that people actually thought he was retiring.
Yeah, but that wasn't a slow
Let's count
burn.
it here. Boom. 1 Mississippi. 2 Mississippi. 3 Mississippi. 4 Mississippi. 4 seconds. Told you.
Because he's the longest.
He's the longest. Most guys are 2 to 3 seconds. That did not come out right. Most guys last about 2 to 3 seconds. Rock has a little more stamina, a little more resistance.
Stone Cold, we're just a few minutes away from the main event. Your 8-man
These
tag team.
locker
Few
room
minutes
promos.
away from the main event.
What?
I really don't give a 2 craps who the mystery partner is.
So these have to
And
be
everybody
pre-taped
keeps
then,
asking
right?
me, Stone Cold, is it good to be back in Texas? Well, I'm not a sentimental person, but I'll
Probably.
tell you like this. It's fun to beat someone's ass anywhere in the world. But if
Ooh.
you beat someone's
It's
ass
weird
in
seeing
Texas,
Austin in a
then you've
collared
done
shirt,
something.
even though it's
So
a
that's
polo,
exactly what
but
I'm
just to
gonna
see
do.
a collar
If
on
you want
Austin
the hell
is
out of
odd.
here, I'll start with your ass.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, back to you.
Of course, he's got a hunting jacket right there. Oh, Austin's going to be over as shit. It's his hometown.
An attendance record here in the Combat Center.
An attendance record?
Yeah, I don't know
They
about
say
that
attendance, but they didn't say sold. Tickets sold, so.
Oh yeah, it's huge. And this
I
is
still
great.
don't think there's 16,000 in attendance.
No,
Well, it's
look
like
at right
when-
there. You see a whole section of just empty seats in those upper decks.
Well, what was the Silver Dome fucking at? Like 98, and it was only like really like 70.
Yeah, it was 72,000 or whatever, and they keep saying 93,000 fans in attendance. They did end up
Okay.
breaking the actual indoor attendance record at one of the recent WrestleManias. But Vader versus Kane's next, yeah.
Imagine if the UFC did like a fucking big show like that somewhere.
Oh, the problem with UFC is though, like, the action has there's not a lot of impact on the action. It's very closed punches. There's no smacks and stuff like that. It's a real fight. The guys aren't stomping their feet when they punch.
Yeah, but they're still selling out the T-Mobile Arena. It's like, what if they did try to do something big?
I mean, if they ever did that, like Brock Lesnar's first fight, and if he did that against someone big, like not that Randy Meir is not a huge name, but like something huge.
Well, you know what fucking WWE did, right? Because they were supposed to they wanted to run more super shows, stadiums. So for Money in the Bank, they were going to do Allegiant Stadium, but they only sold about 18,000 tickets.
I mean,
So they ended up going to the fucking not the MGM, but the other one, Mandalay Bay or whatever, and that one only holds about 17. So they had to refund everybody and then resell the tickets. That's pretty fucked up.
Oh jeez. I mean, they just called. I thought they called Vader's moonsault the best moonsault in wrestling, and I was like, what? And then no, the biggest moonsault.
The biggest, yeah, the fattest.
Fattest.
Bet you like that, don't you, fatty? You fatty.
The ominous Kane at this time. This isn't the I'm the big piece of shit promo, right?
It might be.
No, because I think they wrestle again in like a.
No, because Kane runs a program with Taker after this, so I think this is the promo.
But somewhere down the line, they end up wrestling in a DQ matchup, and that's when he hits him with the wrench. Kane. Too bad Kane's or Undertaker's dead right now.
That choke slam looked way better from the casket angle than it did in real life. Undertaker looks like he just kind of slipped and fell back.
Because I know Vader interferes in their Inferno match. Unforgiven?
Maybe
What a funny get.
Because maybe they wrestle because there's 2 pay-per-views. Armageddon, I think, is the May pay-per-view. I forget and I don't know what the April one is. Hold on, I will verify this right now. Okay. So Unforgiven is the one after WrestleMania. Over the Edge is the one after that.
Is that the one where Owen Hart dies?
No, that's next year.
Oh. Oh god.
Oh, fuck
Jesus.
me. God, you fucking...
I've never seen that.
You would have ruined that whole fucking WrestleMania show right there.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Oh, even that was.
That looked a little rough. He had let go of him, and his head
Kane
probably clapped that.
Yeah,
ring pretty hard.
Kane always gave rough fucking tombstones.
Well, he did it during this time.
He should be kissing fucking Undertaker's ass because this dude's career was floundering until this.
Oh yeah.
His
the
last fucking gimmick before this was fake Diesel.
Fake Diesel, yeah, and then the fucking Isaac Yankem. From Isaac Yankem, the fucking mayor of Knoxtown.
Mayor of Knoxtown?
I think it's Knox County, but
Whatever. Knoxtown, same things. Hickish City, Midwest. No one cares about that. But I like the Midwest.
What the fuck?
That's how I get around people hating me. I talk shit about it and they say, but I like it.
Damn, Vader is over too. Shit. He's quite an
Too bad he
attraction.
couldn't. I wish he could wear his fucking mask. That would have been tight.
That fucking creepy mask that framed Steve.
The Mastodon steel,
Mastodon
yeah.
one.
His New Japan.
You know what's so fucking stupid? So I brought this up earlier, the WCW wrestling game for the Nintendo. So it was actually a Japanese game that they reskinned. Vader was in the Japanese game, but wasn't in the English game, despite him being in the WCW roster at the time.
Yeah,
Really?
he was the WCW master, but he was like 7'4".
No. The WCW master was Giant Baba.
Oh, that's right.
Giant Baba.
Everyone I thought it was Vader because we were like, who's the WCW master? And like, you can't even do moves to that guy. You can only just kick and punch him to beat him.
That's sick.
Oh, it's awful. It's terrible. And
Well, he's the WWC master. What do you expect?
the music in the games is pretty cool, like dun 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 dun.
Or like when
It's
you
a
play
good
like
beat, but like
when
you
you play,
fight
like-
him and it's like dun 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 dun.
It's like the WWE 2K games when you fucking put it on like harder difficulty. They just reverse every goddamn move and cheat.
that was SmackDown. I think Know Your Role on PS2 was one of the hardest ever because it was like just constant reversing.
The first wrestling game I ever played.
Whichever
on
one was the
PlayStation.
one where I smoked you all. That was the one because I played it non-stop.
The one time that happened.
Oh, that
Out
was
of every time that we played wrestling games.
Oh, that was
That is one of the
whatever
best.
my version of SmackDown was. I played it so much on hard that I literally was reversing all the moves and it was pissing off Angelo so bad. But it was because I played it so much, I knew the timing of all the reversals. So when I used to have matches that would last like 30 minutes against the computer because they would reverse everything, and it would be reverse, 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 reverse. Then someone would hit a move, and it would be reverse, 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 and it was so frustrating.
My favorite memory of playing a wrestling game, it's like the silliest thing, but like, I always think back to it laugh. My brother and I, we were playing WCW vs. NWO Revenge, two of our other wrestling buddies. And
I loved
we were
Revenge.
playing their Royal Rumble game, and me and Angelo got eliminated, and me and Angelo ended up getting Alex Wright and Disco Inferno. Well, we eliminated the two other guys in the ring. It was just me and him. And instead of wrestling each other, we kind of just looked at each other and did our taunts and started dancing. Waiting for the other two to come out. And they got so mad because we weren't fighting. We were just like, yeah, I was dancing idiots.
Yeah,
That's true pro wrestling, though. That's what would happen in real life.
That was a
They
gimmick
would
right
have had
there.
a dance off.
That was a riot. That was fun. I think the Royal, like, I remember when we played SmackDown vs. Raw 07 before pay-per-views, we'd all get to pick one match each. And I remember the one time I picked the Elimination Chamber, and then all of us in unison went, 8 tons of steel, 2 miles of chain, bulletproof glass designed to punish the human body.
I know. I like the bulletproof glass, and they'd always break through it.
Yeah.
Plexiglass.
Plexi bullshit.
Yeah.
That is one of the cooler matches they've come up with, the Elimination Chamber match.
Yeah,
I think
that
that's
was-
cool.
They just overused it. They need to stop doing that with good matches. Like, I love that the fact that Money in the Bank happens once a year. That's fantastic. But like, that's a good match to do it for, like they did at WrestleMania. I think stuff like Elimination Chamber or like there should be there should be multiple Elimination Chamber matches. or because they were like now they do like 2 matches, right? Because that's how they determine.
Men and women.
Right. Oh, the women have an elimination chamber match.
Yeah.
That must be the safest fucking match.
It is.
Actually, unless you have Sasha Banks in it, who fucking kills
Oh
her.
yeah. But yeah, it has to like fucking call for it. Like the Hell in the Cells. Like you can't have a pay-per-view called Hell in the Cell just to have it. Like Cody Rhodes and fucking Seth Rollins, they didn't need a Hell in the Cell for that feud. That was silly.
I mean, at that point, that was already like their 3rd pay-per-view match in a row.
Yeah,
so
but it was silly. Cody Rhodes won everything.
Yeah, because they're trying to build him.
Oh my god.
Rhodes is gonna be champion at some point if he stays healthy.
He better be for the money they paid him. Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
because he's basically he's the only full-time talent there who's legit got some drawing power of the non-WWE watchers of AEW.
Oh, he's gonna fucking for sure be top champion. We just don't know when.
I think we do now because he's supposed to be back for Rumble. So my guess is he wins Rumble, and
he tore his pec, right?
Yeah, his titty.
Yeah.
I saw that picture of him. I was like, oh, he's still wrestling.
That was nuts, and he still did it. So everyone gave him a kudos for that.
Yeah, as my fiance said, she said if he had completely torn it off at that point, there's not really any more damage he could have done, and
yeah, that's what they were saying. The doctors were saying that
be like
pretty much
excruciating pain during that whole match.
Yeah, but that's on him.
Not necessarily, because once it's torn, it's torn. She said what probably was more difficult would be mobility.
Let me break your arm, Brett. I'll just break your arm right now, and then just come back next week and be like, how's the arm doing, Brett? Oh, it's fine.
Well, a break is different than a tear of the muscle, as I've been taught.
It would still fucking hurt. It would just I'm just gonna live with it. I'll be alright. Give me some Tylenol.
Yeah, I'm not doing that shit. Fuck that.
Let me take 40 ibuprofen like Chris used to.
Oh my god.
She did say that he probably tore it really early in the week because she said the bruising, that type of bruising, she like that develops over days.
Didn't
she said he had to. She said at the point, the pay-per-view was what, on a Sunday?
Mm-hmm.
She said that he probably tore it on like a Tuesday or a Wednesday, so it was like right after Raw.
He tore it working out, right?
Yeah. When he was doing his workout.
Weakling. I've never torn my arm lifting a dumbbell.
God, these guys are babies and they're weak. Bunch of whiny people.
I mean, nothing will be better than the 2005 Royal Rumble when Vince blew out both of his knees.
Oh my god.
That is
was it his knees or his quads?
Ever.
I forget what it was, but he blew them both out.
Quads, yeah.
And then having to lay down there in front of the turnbuckle. So like I had only seen that clip. I had actually never watched the pay-per-view, and I finally rewatched the ending of that pay-per-view. And like they're like, you restart it, and he was so mad. And I thought they were gonna restart it and have a bit of a match and a tussle and do some stuff. And I was like, no, it's just like Brock Batista kicking him in the stomach and throwing him over the top rope. I'm like, what the fuck?
I've never seen a human being be so mad. Like you know, the refs did the right thing, lifting both hands out, and they could have just said, we're gonna restart the match. Vince didn't have to be a fucking psychopath.
I don't know, when you choked about Bret Hart being dead, my brother was pretty pissed.
There was a meme online that I was gonna post yesterday for Bret Hart's birthday, but I didn't post it. But it was Goldberg wearing a birthday hat, kicking Bret Hart in the head, and presents coming out of his head. But then I didn't post it because I was just like, I don't feel like it anymore.
Oh my god!
You should have posted it to the group.
That was what I was gonna do it, but then Describing it sounds better than the actual pictures. Because you guys gotta make up your imagination how many presidents.
That's why I heard that Bret Hart never wanted to work with Jeff Jarrett again in TNA. Because he called his move the stroke.
Oh! Poor guy. Poor Bret, man. What a bad way to...
Yeah, that's shitty. Like, I wonder what would have happened to Bret during the invasion angle. That would have been an interesting dynamic. Can you imagine? I don't know. Well, maybe Bret probably would have never came back to WCW.
No, he wouldn't have came back, no.
Maybe
he would have gotten a TNA, though. You know what? Who knows?
Talk about hot-shotting. They really should have waited on the invasion.
Oh, yeah.
Right,
They should have waited until everybody was under contract. All the big guys.
They front-loaded that. Yeah, when the star of the invasion has to be the heel from your current company, you know it's bad.
Yeah, because everybody was fucking buying out their contracts, their fucking money.
Well, they were sitting on their contracts because they were fully guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
And I don't blame them.
Duh, yeah, of course.
I mean, WWF should have been like, we just don't have the guys yet. Let's not do this. And that's not what happened.
Of course, when it's like the most selfish wrestlers, which granted, I'd do the same too. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna wrestle. No, Vince, I'll take half the money.
Here's the thing: would you have waited almost 3 years to do the invasion with Goldberg, or would you have done it right at like WrestleMania 18 era once the NWO was available?
I think I
don't know, because even the NWO is not a good representation of WCW either, so I don't know if I would have.
Well, the issue is the Monday Night Wars was still hot at the time. As the longer
maybe that's
wait,
why, yeah.
The more people who are WCW fans who are not jumping on board to WWE, they're going to stop watching.
Yeah. That I understood that part of it. It's just you didn't have the top names that you needed to make that invasion angle.
No, you had fucking Buff Bagwell,
who they only had on for one show and then let go.
Well, yeah, because they're like, man, they booed you. You must not be likable. Get out.
Yeah,
I heard it was more than that. I heard
Ask Jeff Jarrett if he's hiring.
Whatever because he had a match with Booker T, didn't he?
Yeah. Oh shit.
Whatever he did in the match or
here we
after the
go.
match.
Oh, he hit it.
No, you know what it was? It was at the fucking. It was a WCW show on a fucking Monday Night Raw. Of course, it's gonna get booed. So
Right,
Vince looked
made
at
no
that.
sense.
What the fuck? He
He got up.
Oh shit.
This is a good match, though. It's been a good match.
Yeah.
Oh.
I told you I figured this
Get
would
him.
probably be the match of the night.
Like Kane didn't squash him. Like they're actually having like a good big hoss fight. Well, Vader flies around like a fucking lightweight, so.
Yeah.
Which is
I mean,
weird
he
to
moved.
see.
He could move,
It's
that's...
like I remember being weirded out when Bam Bam does it, but when like Vader does, oh shit!
Look at that! He completely no-sold it. Oh wait! Oh, he went. I thought he was going for the wrench there.
Oh, the ref's being distracted.
Remember they talked about Bruce Pritchard talked about at WrestleMania 13 during the Chicago street fight. They grabbed the wrong fucking fire extinguisher.
Oh yeah, the guys got
Really?
sprayed with that shit, and they had to wrestle.
Yeah, the real spray. Yeah. They had two of them, the gimmick one and the real one, because they had to have both. Because
Oh
there's like
fuck!
a flaming
Oh,
table
shit.
somewhere.
Is he gonna do it? Oh, he got it!
Vader bomb.
He's gonna get right back up.
Get up!
Oh.
Oh, he did!
They built Kane so well, though.
Yeah, they did. I find it funny. He basically went through all of Paul Bear's people he managed,
old man.
right?
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Where's the microphone? The microphone
Go!
just came down, and Vader kicked it. You guys see that?
No.
Look, it's in the ring right
Oh,
now.
yeah,
It's
it's
hovering
right there.
above. What the fuck? Kevin Dunn, you idiot!
It's gonna be fun to watch Kane versus The Undertaker because I don't remember that matchup, but I don't recall it being good.
It was like an okay match.
Yeah, it wasn't just the highlight. It wasn't one for the highlight reel. The finish is good, but everything else in between is kind of. The build-up is fun. I mean, I'm gonna enjoy the next couple of weeks.
And we get Pete Rose.
The Pete Rose era. That's like, he's probably the best celebrity inductee of WWE.
He's a true one.
Because he was trolling people. He came out there like a fucking heel. Last time I was in Boston, we kicked your ass. And he's like,
Isn't it crazy with all the controversies in the MLB
the
now
wrench?
that
oh, there's the wrench!
Oh,
It's the wrench!
Damn.
I called it.
Bobby Heenan is laughing his ass off. You know what you need to do? You need to come to the ring. You need to carry a wrench. A big crescent wrench.
I remember taking a forensics class and we fucking put clay over watermelons and we hit shit
That is
just
so
to show how
gimmicked.
big the impact is.
Do
Yeah,
you
a
see
wrench
how
would
gimmick that was?
a wrench would fucking smash through your fucking skull.
Don't
Like
they?
all
Don't they?
foam.
Don't they claim that he got like his eye messed up after this? Like that's
Yeah.
like
They claim something. I think that was just to write him out for a while so that they could do the Taker Kane feud.
You know, the human body is not as resilient as you think it is.
No, it's not.
Oh,
Like,
God,
you know,
no.
if you can chew through a carrot, you can bite somebody's finger off. That's about
Ooh,
the same
yeah.
tactile strength of a human finger. Like, and
Yeah,
I
the
fucking
fucking-
crush carrots like nobody's business.
Finger crusher.
But like, you can't do it to yourself because your body stops.
Body
it.
realizes, yeah.
You fucking moron.
So you're saying is I need to bite off someone else's fingers?
Yes. So if you're ever in a struggle, don't forget to bite. People are obsessed with knocking somebody out. You bite. Nobody expects the bite. They freak out afterwards.
I go for the nuts.
No, the weasel special is rubbing shit all over your face.
Yeah, yeah.
Who wants to fight a dude with shit on his face?
I mean,
God.
I don't know why I'd put it on my own face. I'd probably just put it on my hands and throw
No,
fists and shit. But
The face. So then they won't punch you, because then they're fucking punching your caca.
Punching your
I
caca.
don't know if I just wouldn't punch your face. I'd go for another body part.
But then the shit could spill over as he like doubles over and get on you. You want to take that risk? You want to take that risk, Brett?
As long as I don't get it in my eyes or
And the worst
inside.
thing is, he had to use his hands to put it on there. So now, if you get in their arm's reach and he grabs you, you got shit everywhere. Explain that one.
God
You're
gave
coming
us
home.
skin. God gave us skin. And bars of soap.
The skin is an organ.
Oh, he's dead. Look at them trying to drag him out.
Oh shit. Oh,
That's a cell job right there.
Oh.
That's a 10 on the cellometer.
Ooh, that's yeah. He looked knocked out because he was face down, breathing in the mat, like eyes closed, doing it properly.
Yeah. And Vader got done dirty in WWF.
Yeah, but I mostly blame Shawn Michaels for
Well, that's his fault for being a terrible wrestler.
that.
Not to Shawn's
I agree.
caliber.
Shawn Michaels is a terrible wrestler.
Impossible. No, he's top two.
Top two.
You know, you could argue that Shawn wouldn't have got hurt if he knew how to wrestle correctly.
No, that was the Undertaker that fucking bashed his back.
He didn't throw.
Is it
Shawn
though?
threw himself over, Chris.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Who took
maybe
that
he
jump?
shouldn't. He shouldn't have been doing all those upside down turnbuckles like he's Ric fucking Flair.
Oh my god! And you heard Ric Flair's having a last match again, right?
What?
I heard about that. He's been training
Yep.
for it.
I think professional wrestling is the only sport that has like a legit seniors division.
Yeah,
Like
nobody
where-
wants to see that. I don't know why they keep doing
It's
it.
the only time they can do that because it's fucking fake. Can you imagine like 90-year-old Muhammad Ali going out and trying to box?
Yeah, like I don't see like how like even like legit Ric Flair fans can be like, oh, I'm super excited for it. Because when I fucking saw Shawn Michaels wrestle in fucking Saudi Arabia, it hurt my heart.
Yeah.
I can't
Shawn-
imagine Taker or Goldberg fans in that match either. That was disgusting.
Well, that was fucking Goldberg fucking headbutting the fucking steel fucking door before his way out, dumb fuck.
It was interesting to hear Taker talk about that match. With
Yeah, didn't he
Goldberg.
say like no, like
He said that they probably should have never had the match once Goldberg concussed himself.
and it was,
But he was Taker and he's like, the show must go on. But he's
And
like,
isn't
yeah, I
it-
nearly died.
and isn't it like isn't it like 98 degrees, like super hot there?
Because it was in the summer. So it's hot and slippery, and you have a concussed Goldberg who's already not the best worker in the world.
Almost killed him on the fucking jackhammer. Terror, yeah, bad.
I want to hear
Yeah.
the apathy when the mystery partner is revealed. Like, I really am curious to see how bad people get upset.
Don't say anything because I don't remember who it is.
We
Yeah.
talked about it like endlessly, and you still don't remember?
All of my life.
The fact that my career nearly ended.
Chris doesn't even remember what he was drinking at the start of the show. If it wasn't,
Yeah,
if it wasn't written on the can, he would never know.
Yeah, what is it? Let me guess.
are thrown together with one eye on the ring.
Oh fuck, I can't even guess.
Just let you be pleasantly disappointed.
It's Bret Hart. Can you imagine Bret Hart doing a DX cross shot?
The ring might be the safest place. Cactus Jack told us early on that
Bret Hart's a mark. I don't think Vince could have paid him any amount of money. If Vince could have been like, I'll give you $10 million to be the mystery man here, I don't think Bret would have taken it.
No, he was so mad at him.
so much of the mayhem will not set foot in the ring.
I still think he is. I don't think Bret ever really got over it. I think he just realized that WWF was the only thing in town, and if he wanted to do anything wrestling, he needed to go
I
back.
remember they were doing the whole burying the hatchet angle, and Bret was the first one to come out and say, let's bury the hatchet, and I felt that was so wrong. Shawn should have been the person to come out and ask for the forgiveness or whatever, but they made Bret look like the bigger man.
Well, did you hear the story about Tyson Kidd? So it was during WrestleMania, and Tyson Kidd was talking to Shawn about Bret, and he said that he had Bret's number, and then Shawn, like, his face just went like white and said, "Can you just please give me his number? I just want to go to him and just have him punch me in the face and just end this. Like, I want to end this right now." And I think that's how they ended up hooking up, because the next year at WrestleMania is when Bret came back.
Whoa.
Right, because the original Bret buried the hatchet with Vince in 2005 because he was writing his coffee table book, and he needed photos from his time in WWF, and he had no access to them. So that's why they made the Best There Is, Best There Was DVD, and they became the Hall of Fame inductee the next year and all that stuff.
Well, part of that too was the working title before Bret got involved was Screwed, the Bret Hart story.
Yeah, right.
So part of it, I don't necessarily think he buried the hatchet, but he realized that if he wanted his legacy to be written the way he wanted it, he had to at least play ball. Because I don't think he buried, like, even remotely got close to burying the hatchet until he came back in 2010. Like, I think that's the closest he got to really being not okay with it, but like, it happened, let's let bygones be bygones.
In Bret's defense, he doesn't need to. He shouldn't have to, and he doesn't. I would never look at him downly if he never forgave Vince for that stuff, because that was horrendously fucked up. It was like one of the worst things Vince could have ever done. And I know
it probably is the worst thing he ever did. Well,
no, raping a bunch
other
of
than
women.
what's going on right now,
Raping a bunch of women, rape is a little bit higher on my list.
Let me preface that. In the ring, the wrestling ring on TV, that's the worst thing he's ever done.
Okay, I'm gonna say screwing one guy, screwing 3 females. I mean, the numbers don't add.
Hold on, but wait.
I'm pretty sure it's more than 3 females. There's just 3 we know of.
They got
and one
paid.
of them was raped.
They got paid.
Well, you know, the one
Chris,
thing that really...
please don't let us have to Tommy Dreamer you off the show.
Dude, the Tommy Dreamer is one of my favorites, man, but fuck that guy, dude.
And for his comments on the plane ride from hell.
Yeah, come on, dude. You got 2 daughters. You have 2 daughters. What's wrong with you?
Isn't it funny that he's the one that got like the most fucking heat for that though?
Yeah.
Then Jim Ross is the one that got the most butthurt over it because he's like,
Yeah.
oh, that's not what I said, or they edited it. I'm like, dude, I think you're just upset because you look so bad as a manager at the Talent. Whatever. No more JR on Dark Side of the Ring. I don't think that's a huge loss, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't even think the Dark Side of the Ring's
When's
hit for this world anymore.
Because they
I
have,
think
like,
it's done.
I haven't like
It's not done, but I think they're
running
having
out
a
of
hard time.
materials?
Not necessarily that, but Vice partnered with WWE, so
Yeah.
now they're actually producing that show as well.
Oh, so it's gonna be stupid
Vice-
and boring.
And yeah, so I don't know if because they still said they want to do Dark Side of the Ring, but we'll have to see. It may not be back for a while.
Yo, WWE's dick's so big, dude. I don't think they're gonna be back because they're with with A&E, right? Who owns? I think they own like a fucking.
A&E owns Vice. Actually, own
Yeah.
Vice. So it's been interesting because Vice shows the Dark Side of the Ring stuff, but it's owned by A&E, and A&E is the one that has the contract
Water
with
spit
WWE.
stuff. It's back here. I didn't notice that.
Is he Triple H already?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's not the game, but he is Triple H.
Regeneration X.
Kind of sad. This year will be Triple H's only successful face run.
Imagine buying a fucking ticket for this event and then just hearing today on fucking Superstars that he wasn't gonna be wrestling.
Well, Triple H was always better as a heel, anyways.
Oh no!
Are you pleasantly disappointed now?
What the fuck?
I mean, it technically makes sense in storyline.
Yeah.
Yeah, but man.
Chris, when you need a job done, short notice, who do you call? Day laborer.
The paisas.
Oh man.
I can say that. I'm half Mexican.
He's Puerto Rican, though.
Same thing. It's a part of America.
Depends on what side of the country you're in.
The good side?
Good
Technically a territory of U.S., yes.
Carlos Mencia had a bit about that. He was like, see, when I'm in California, where am I from? Mexico. Yeah, but when I'm in Florida, I'm fucking Cuban. What about this? What am I in New York? What am I in New York?
Puerto Rican.
Yeah, Puerto Rican. You see how everybody knew? Fuck you motherfuckers that said that shit. Racist pieces of shit.
I am not a nugget.
That happens this year, too. Talk about a short-lived face run here for
I
Owen.
know. I wonder where the turn happens. I don't remember the turn other than
No,
he
I don't
ends up
either.
in the nation for some reason.
I think whenever Triple H turns, Owen turns.
I wish he would have kept his old theme music. The Rocket.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it. That was a banger too.
Dun, dun, dun. Oh, there he is.
Was this a no DQ?
This is a
I
no
think so.
DQ match, but it's a tornado tag. They still no, it's not a non-tornado. They still have to tag in. What's the fucking point of having no DQ?
Yeah, that's bad.
Never understood that. You know, the thing that always pisses me off, and I get why they do it, but I hate tag team triple threats because they always just have two guys in the ring. There's always like that third team on the outside. And part of me is like, all three teams should have someone in the ring.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, I mean, that's the issue with triple threats in general. Usually what happens is one Dingleberry gets tossed outside the ring, and then two guys end up wrestling until it's his turn, and he throws another guy out, and then those two guys wrestle.
I've never been a fan of that.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
because then the logic doesn't make sense either. Like, why are you going to tag in your opponent that could win if you're not in the ring?
Well, I mean, like at Forbidden Door, it made sense.
They did
when
good.
Cash
They did
Wheeler had to
good.
do it, you know.
I like that. That made sense.
Oh shit!
The fucking what's his face? Dax Harwood had me legit thinking he was legit injured.
The crowd is
Later, I
already
thought it was
fucking
kayfabe.
pretty hot for this entrance.
Boom, 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 boom.
Jesus.
Yeah, once I knew he went to the back, I knew like, okay, this is fake.
Dude, Santana though.
Oh, that sucked. Yeah.
You watch the I didn't catch it the first time it happened. I had to watch it again on Twitter, but I was like, that's to me, that's how like my leg buckled when I was wrestling Angelo.
Well, when I saw him when I saw him do the move, it looked like he fucked it up. So I knew right then and there once he didn't get back up. But then once it was on Facebook, there was a picture of it buckle. I was like, yeah.
Just the way it buckled was like, it buckled. Oh.
Damn, he just flipped China off.
Well, he just it was weird because he stayed in the ring the whole match, just in the little corner, and they had to work around him.
Yeah. I mean, by that point, it was like, shit, it was late enough in the match where you could get around it because there was so many guys in the ring.
Yeah, it was like 4-on-3 or 5-on-4 at the time. That was a good blood and guts.
Well, I think it was 5-on-5, but yeah, then it ends up being 4-on-5 because he's hurt.
Holy shit! This is fucking chaotic.
The rumors are Santana's contract's running up soon, and I guess him and Ortiz have had a falling out.
Yeah, I heard about
they
that.
haven't been teaming.
I heard about that. I saw, because once you do look back on it, they haven't been teaming. It's like, oh shit! Now that you have hindsight.
Yeah.
Well, I always loved the trash can lid as a weapon because it made a great sound and it doesn't hurt as much.
Yeah, I loved it.
It's great. Oh, that's fantastic. What a great move. You know it takes damage, but the guy's not going to be hurt from it. The fucking cookie sheet, this fucking psychopath.
Yeah, the cookie
sheet. What the hell's wrong with him? Let me just hit
those
this object
trash
that's
the trash can
600
were always
degrees.
the best.
Oh!
Wow. Who do you think you are, Shawn Michaels? It's like Shawn's not here. I'll do the spot.
Call on me. I'll take over DX. Woo! The kendo stick. Not a big fan.
It's a mop.
That's a mop.
Well, I'm not a big fan of the kendo sticks. That's not a mop. Oh, is it broken
It's a
already?
mop.
Look at
a mop.
That gray thing of hair by his arm is not fucking fibers.
Well, it's broken.
Oh shit! Don't take this. Oh my
god.
Unprotected.
Still unprotected at this time.
He broke
Oh
the
no,
broom.
that was a broom.
No, there was a mop at first.
There was a mop though.
That's a broom.
Clean sweep. That was a good line.
That was pretty good. I gotta give you that one. That was a good one.
What the fuck? Does this motherfucker have a sack full of oranges? He just clocked Road Dogg with?
Maybe this is tornado style.
No, they end up doing tags. They're just going ballistic right now to pop the crowd.
They should have just done the whole match like that. That would have been way better.
I'm enjoying it so far. This is actually kick ass.
This is pretty good.
I take it back. This is entertaining as shit.
It's like Anarchy in the Arena. Whee! Oh, didn't break.
No, that's probably meant to not break.
I am the table.
I am the table.
Motherfucking Kevin Dunn, you moron.
Always does that. You know, this is when I like WWE when it wasn't fucking the massive cuts either.
It's like a fucking Michael Bay movie every 2 seconds after cut.
Oh, it fucking makes me sick. I don't like watching it.
There
Oh!
That time.
Beat him with it. Oh!
And in classic ECW fashion, he gets right back up. Oh shit, the sharpshooter! He's got it! He's got it!
Stop!
If I don't see
Good job, Chainsaw. Just stood there and let that happen.
If I don't see one smile eraser in this match, I'll be very disappointed.
Of course it's gonna be its own win.
Yeah.
Be at least one. Ain't no sell there, Funk.
Oh.
It is funny though, like the harder they hit him with the trash cans, the more dangerous this gets because it gets sharper.
It's true.
Oh,
Oh!
shit.
Oof.
That was right in the fucking face.
The fuck was that? Fuck!
Exactly. This is some good shit, though.
It's a good match.
I mean, this is the first time we've been watching the match and actually talking about the match we're watching.
Yeah.
To be honest, this is the first time I've watched this match ever.
Yeah, me
Same.
too.
I've only seen clips from the Austin 316.
Oh.
Oh, powerbomb!
Oh shit!
Austin just wailed. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Fucking hell! This is awesome. What? There's a whole lot of chaos going on, but it's like fun.
Yeah.
See, these are my. I love these types of matches. This is like my favorite type of wrestling.
Oh,
It's
shit.
like blood and guts.
Yeah.
Oh, I love blood and guts.
Yeah,
But my
it's like-
fiance, the times I make her wrestle, she's like, she hates these types of matches.
Here's what you do.
It's like, I don't like the weapons and I don't like the blood and it's too much.
Here's what you do, Brett. After you guys get married, just start referring to your wife as your ex-girlfriend. Say, hey, where's my ex-girlfriend?
You know, it's funny.
Oh, God, this fucking
It was
chopper.
funny. I saw
DDT.
Instagram posts where a guy changed his relationship status to oh fuck, what was it? Put some like I regret to inform everyone that I am no longer have a girlfriend, and
There
his
it
wife
is! Oh, he
his wife
flipped forward. Holy
and
shit!
then his wife replies, "That's a really terrible way of telling people we got married."
That might have been the best smile eraser ever. Holy shit!
Love smile erasers. That's my finisher.
Oh!
It's like,
shit.
oh, you're gonna block my kick.
Sharpshooter!
Watch
Sharpshooter!
right into it.
Tap! Tap!
Oh,
Tap!
fuck.
Oh.
Yeah, the sharpshooter might not be the best move to use in this fucking match.
No.
He's done it twice now.
I'm starting to think that there are no tagging.
No, there will be. Watch.
Oh, stalled.
It's weird, but they get him to stop. What the hell?
DDT!
Oh, no.
Oh.
You think these guys are gonna let a jobber do a move to him?
Oh no!
Oh!
Bet you that hurt.
Look at those fucking chairs. They look like your chair in No Way Out and One Night Stand. Fucking somewhere backstage, the Brooklyn Brawler's going like, "Oh, I can take that. Put me in, Vince. Make us a tag team. He'll be Chainsaw Charlie. I'll be Mugger Mike."
Here they are. Now they're doing it. Now they're wrestling normal.
See, there's the,
Oh.
see, here's the tag dynamics now. They got control of it. Oh boy.
It's not done here tonight. I can't believe that the referee has been able to semi-restore order here. Oh, I wouldn't count on it.
Love that Lawler called reference to that.
How annoying do you think it'd be to wrestle with pantyhose over your head?
Terrible. You're an idiot.
Terribly annoying.
Plus that powder.
I mean,
he
how do you
puts on there.
see?
Fuck. I took that like a champ.
Yeah.
Oh, that was that clip when we were on the hard camera. Jesus. Hey, is Ric Flair's last match against Terry Funk? 'Cause I believe
They haven't announced who it's against yet. They announced the whole other card, but they haven't announced the last match.
as long as it's not Baron Corbin.
It was supposed to be Ricky Steamboat, but
He's not with WWE anymore?
well, I don't know who. I don't know, but I mean, I'm guessing it's gonna be like a 3-on-3 match or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a 6-man tag.
Oh, that's not really a last match then. It's like a, hey, let's put him in there for 2 spots to pop the crowd, and that's it.
Basically. Because
That's
they
what
originally wanted Steamboat, but Steamboat declined.
I mean, as he should. Why should he wrestle that match? He'd probably be awful. Steamboat would look like
Yeah.
$1 million, and Flair would be hobbling around the ring.
Well, Steamboat he declined it for 2 reasons. One is because he's like, I shouldn't be wrestling anymore, and the other reason is he's like, Rick shouldn't be wrestling either.
Right? I don't want this. I don't want this guy's fucking pacemaker.
Holy shit!
That was cool. I like that one.
The fucking garbage can across the ring.
Oh,
It was the beat up one too. So yeah, he could have got the ladies stuff. That's good stuff right there.
Oh. Got just over 10 minutes left of this show, gang.
damn, that was a good hit.
That looked awesome. I don't see that on television anymore.
No.
Although I do miss this this frame of filming where they got on the 24 frames a second. I think HD has really killed a lot of the shine off televised wrestling. Like you start to see, like, it just I know it's entertainment, it's fake and all, but it just looks faker in HD.
And I think it's because it's better picture quality.
Well, it's the picture quality and the frame. They film it in like 60 frames a second. These cameras are filming them in 24, which is like a kind of like a movie cinematic feel.
Well, you know, it's funny, when they first went to HD, they had to tell all of their wrestlers to stop using spray tans because it looked too fake on HD. So yeah, I think I think you're right. I think it does look better in the old school 480p 24 FPS. It just looks raw. It just looks like, okay, I'm watching a fight. I'm not watching a movie.
You can hide a lot of inconsistencies and stuff.
Yeah, I heard some of the wrestlers had to like hide if they had like back acne or something. They had to put makeup on, blemishes. Wild time.
Definitely made Shawn Michaels' hair loss more
Oh
prominent.
God,
in HD.
there.
Oh shit! This fucking idiot can't pick his spot. Oh boy. Why don't the other guys just jump in there? It's a no disqualification. What are they gonna do? What the fuck? Oh, is that a piece of that table?
Yep.
Oh Oh fuck.
Oh, wow, that's
Ooh, that might
That
have
was
legit
stiff.
hurt. Oh,
whiplash on the board.
he wasn't protecting himself either. Like, oh, nice. Oh, the mandible claw. Oh,
Oh, double.
Oh!
Didn't see that coming.
That feud's gonna be good in a couple of years.
Well, it's Mankind's job to get the new champ over. Angela might be having technical difficulties.
Oh no.
Oh. Oh, I'd be freaked out taking that because it just looks like it could be a disaster.
Yeah.
Fuck.
No, he looks dead.
I mean, he's blinking.
Well, he looks out of
Don't you
shape.
know you blink 40 times after you die? Involuntarily? I told my wife to do the cremation thing where they turn you into a tree. And she's like, no.
Oh.
She goes, because I was like, I'm dead. Don't put me in a box on the ground that's just gonna rot. Like, make something useful out of me or whatever. And she was like, she's still saying no, she won't do it. She wants to she doesn't want to do that to my body, and I'm just like, look, I'll be real with you. If my body, I've never shit myself in my life, and I don't plan on doing it when I'm dead. So you gotta get to me before that happens.
I've told my fiance anything happens to have me cremated.
Yeah, I feel because it's like it's $800 to do it, to turn you into any tree you want, and it's better for the environment. Like have you guys like weighed the cost of the funerals? They're like $10,000 to $15,000.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Yeah, fuck. I don't think about that. I'm dead.
My parents have both paid for their funerals in full, which is nice. But they actually had me sit in with them so that I would know what their plans were and where they're. So there's actually a booklet for both of them, both paid for. My mom's is more expensive because she's being buried. Hers was like almost 2/3 or double the cost of what his is. Like my dad's was like 6,000 and hers is like 17,000.
What the hell? She got pyros and shit.
Oh, that was like basic. Because, well, you know, when you're buried, you got to pay for the casket, you got to pay for the encasings, you got to pay for the digging up and slotting in the soil, and you got to pay for a headstone, and you got to do this and that and this and that. Whereas you get cremated, they just put you in a box.
Yeah.
Like my dad's like, just have it put in a box because he wants his ashes spread.
Oh my god!
Oh, the wire on the fence. Look at Savio with the gloves on,
got
pussy.
the chain gloves on. Like, I don't want to hurt my... No, fuck that. Cactus tells you to do that spot, and are you going to wear the gloves?
You know what, though? Wearing the gloves makes it also... Even if they're bent, wearing the gloves makes it feel like that's live, like wire, you know?
I mean, yeah, even if they're fake barbed wire, it makes it look like it's legit barbed wire. I mean, it still very well could be fake. We don't know, but we're treating it as real right now because he's got those fucking gloves on.
Yeah.
Which is probably the point Mick Foley wanted to get across. And I'm guarantee you they're actually fake because none of that shit's sticking to his shirt or anything.
Yeah.
Oh!
Oh, shit. Oh, God.
Jesus, fuck! He nearly killed him!
Oh.
Bro, that Jared!
Dude, if this is too much, maybe Rumble 99 might be...
I forget what match it was, but I remember WWE in one of the matches, instead of using barbed wire, they used razor wire.
No way.
Forget which match it was, but they were like, later on, they're like, yeah, that's never happening again. Because they cut themselves up, even though it was doctored.
Why is fucking Hebner giving him shit? Oh my god, it's real.
Oh yeah, that's real.
He just plucked it out of his neck. Oh, fuck me. Oh, look, they've even taped up portions of it. Oh my god.
Barbed wire hurts, but at least it's not like razor wire, which can legit kill you.
Jesus, there's a pop.
Damn. It's probably going to be the finishing sequence, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Austin?
Of course it is. It's the fucking star of the show.
Company.
Oh, fuck, Savio took a dive.
Damn.
There you go, Austin.
Oh.
Yep.
You know we have not seen in a long time, boys? A stunner.
Oh, we're gonna see one tonight. Or today.
Here.
Boom!
Damn, that was quick.
Oh no!
Oh yeah!
Get him!
Gonna get to stun everyone.
It's the best finishing move in wrestling history. Period.
Yeah, I might have to agree with that. It's a fitting move. It's a kayfabe fitting move, and I love the quickness of it. I love quick finishers. The worst finishers ever are pump handle slams. They take so long to set up and roll and whatever.
Well, like as much as I like Kenny Omega, like his one-winged angel finisher, it's just too convoluted to take it seriously.
Also uber protected, which annoys the shit out of me.
Yeah.
You know, I'd rather take that than the fucking stupid Styles Clash.
Oh no, here we go.
Oof. Remember this. No one has ever laid a hand on China up to this point. She's been trolling around here for over 2 years.
Look, everyone's on their feet. Like,
oh boy. Look at Austin. He's not a care in the world. My favorite is look at Austin's face the one moment it happens. Just the look on his face. This is fucking great. But then look at is getting China over as a tough person too. Watch, look at this. Oh, look at Austin's face. Oh shit.
That's the best stunner ever.
Top of the night.
Oh shit. Wow, that was intense. I mean, honestly, this might have been better served as an episode of Raw than a pay-per-view, but I was thinking that going in, but the last match really kind of elevated the show overall. Still wouldn't get a bye, but at least at the end, I was captivated enough to be invested in the program.
The main event definitely was. It was the main event. It was very entertaining. I give it.
We all went into 100. This thinking that the Vader Mankind was going to be match of the night. This match blew it away.
Absolutely. Although Vader Mankind was, or Vader Mankind.
Vader Kane.
Vader Kane was
Vader Kane.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. That one also had, that one had a story behind it.
Right.
I always feel matches with stories do better because you're invested in it.
Jeez. What a fucking run this guy has.
Sad too, because if he would have been more healthy, he probably could have gone longer.
Damn you, Owen Hart. It's a good way to end the show, but now the hype for WrestleMania is real.
Yep.
Because now we've got 6 weeks before. I think it's 5 Raws, maybe it's 6 Raws, but at least 5 more shows before the big one. Look at
that. That was
a big moment too, because China was interfering in matches, messing with people, and she never got her comeuppance ever. And that was the first time. What a way to save it too. Like Austin needed a reason to get over more, but holy shit! Watch, this is my favorite look at his face. You see that? He was like, "Oh, really?" Fucking great.
Oh, what a show.
Oh, man. Man, what an event. All right, guys.
What
do you guys think of the show overall?
This one was like Survivor Series in a way, where all the first couple of matches completely forgettable, completely unentertaining. Then it slowly got better. Like Nation against whatever the hell that was, Ken Shamrock's team, wasn't bad. Opening match, obviously, we had Mero. Anything with Mero is going to be the best thing ever. But yeah, I mean, after you get to the 10-man tag, then you had Vader Kane, and then you had the main event, and it actually was. We were like, oh my god, we have an hour left of the show, but that was probably the best hour of the entire show.
Yeah, I think it was obviously the main event was good. It was actually a good match. It was entertaining, and the ending was worth the price of admission. So you can't say this was necessarily a bad pay-per-view. Wasn't a good one, but it was definitely it entertained you, and it was worth the price because of what happened at the end. And that's what pay-per-view should do. They should make you want to buy it. And anybody that missed that stunner on China is kicking themselves for not buying the pay-per-view. So I think it accomplished its goal. It wasn't great, but it was worth the money.
I mean, was it worth like the $20 to watch that stuff? Because they didn't even show it on Raw. Like, you never got to see that either, unless you bought the No Way Out VHS, or you waited like another 6 months and bought the Austin 316 uncensored VHS. Like, was it worth the wait, like, for that? And that's how it was back in the day. There was no internet, like, oh, I'll just find someone clipped it on Twitter and I could see it there. No, like, that was the thing. And there was no indication that was going to happen. So that was like a huge treat. And you heard about it. Maybe that was the one that would have sold a few of the extra quote-unquote replays. Oh, I have to see China take this stunner. Fuck that bitch. She was always interfering and everything like that. But no, I'm on your side, guys. I don't think, me and my brother had no issues not ordering the show then. It didn't seem like it was going to be a good one anyways. And then I don't regret it to now. Like, even though all this stuff happened, it's just like, nah, it's not a big deal. There's not a lot of momentous stuff really happen with any long-term effects. It's just building towards WrestleMania, which is coming.
Right. Yeah, it was
Which
a well
is so weird for a pay-per-view to build to another pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it was well-paced pay-per-view, better than a Raw, so it was entertaining, better than I thought. My expectations were low, so it did what it had to do. Building to WrestleMania.
You're right, Chris. It's been better than a lot of the Raws we've been watching, which is
That's very true.
Yeah, it's better than a free show.
We were talking about this earlier, like before out on our after shows. The last one, like, guys, next paper is like 3 hours, so brace yourselves. Like, we were like saying, oh, it's gonna be long and rough, and not that bad. Like, it wasn't that really hard to get. There was a couple. The light heavyweight match was undoubtedly forgettable.
Yes.
And then the but other than that, it was kind of like going through the NWA match had a better finish. Like, it was more entertaining to watch that finish than anything else. But other than that, I couldn't recommend anyone go out of their way to watch the show. But I would say watch the last match if you can. That's worth it.
I don't remember who won that NWA match.
Yeah, Bradshaw.
Bradshaw by DQ. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I didn't even remember.
I was gonna say there was like almost no screwy finishes. Then I remember the NWA match, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah,
that's the one good thing about pay-per-views is we don't get as many screwy finishes as we do on Raws.
For the most part, between the big show pay-per-views, you get the screwy finishes more often because you're just building to the bigger show. But no, this is a pretty good. And the thing was, even though like Shamrock's team won, he beat The Rock with the ankle lock and made Rock tap. It doesn't end their feud there just because it was a 10-man. Like, can Shamrock do that again by himself and hopefully with no one interfering and things like that? So that makes you answer those questions. And I like matches that build up to the bigger matches like that. I don't mind that. And I thought, The Rock and Shamrock are going to be in a program for a bit. Like, they're going to keep pushing because they're basically using Shamrock to get Rock over now, because Shamrock kind of had his time in the main event, and they're like, this guy can't talk, so let's slowly phase him out. Versus The Rock, which they're pushing now to bigger and better things.
Rightfully so.
I'll let you guys finish up. I have to jam a little early to go buy fireworks for 4th of July. So thank you guys. Peace out. No,
we could wrap it up here. All right, guys. Monday Night Raw coming up. We're on the road to WrestleMania. So we'll catch you guys on the very next episode of Monday Night Raw. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This is the Dudes with Attitude podcast. Signing off, I'm the good Dr. Legend, saying goodbye for the magnificent Brett Evers.
Oh, guy.
The Supreme Submission Machine, Angelo.
I fuck you with the camel clutch.
And No Ego, Weasel Magnific.
Bang, bang.
So long, everybody. We will see you next time.